I keep that thing on me. God damn it, Bobby. They see me selling propane and now they trying to copy.
Now let's begin the story.
It's that time, motherfuckers. Dub down, motherfuckers.
H-Town's finest. CTV Shots Podcast.
I'm writing blood notes.
What's going down with you, man?
Man, we have special guests in the house, man. As you can see, we got Mr. Nay and Mr. Miles. I want y'all to introduce yourselves. I don't want to introduce your podcast and y'all name, but let the people know where you're coming from and what you do on the regular. Please, por favor, that's Spanish.
Hi, I'm Nay Divine. We have a group and a live that we do every Wednesday on. It's called Cocktails and Conversations with Jamila, Nay Divine, and Miles. We talk about different stuff, relationship, life, things that goes on in daily life that some people are just afraid to have conversation about. So
is that what we was watching yesterday?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
okay.
I saw some of that.
Did you like it? How did you like it?
It was pretty cool. It was interesting. I didn't agree with the third party, the nice young lady. She was a very nice young lady, though. I didn't agree with some of our parts, some of our points. Yeah,
she took some of the commentary out of context. I think,
she did.
I think when she was,
but she was a nice young lady, though. I did agree with a lot of her stuff, though. So
I don't know about that part for me, but
you're saying you're a professional hater, though.
Oh, well, if you're gonna be, my mom always said, if you're gonna do something, be the best at it. You know what I'm saying? But what I was trying to write message was she kept relating financial output to giving head. I'm like, why do you keep equating with money with sex? Like, I wasn't me doing that. That was her keep saying, well, if you don't pay the bills, it's like if you don't give head. I'm like, you're literally comparing money to sex, and you're putting the worth of a woman into sex and putting the worth of a man into money. Even though you're not saying it directly, you're inadvertently saying that. So I'm like, make it make sense for the people who, like me, who went to HISD, who don't really read that well. So, that's what I was trying to do. But in that conversation, but it kind of didn't come across the same way. She's like, people don't listen. I'm not making fun of her. That's my voice for everybody. But, he getting it all wrong. And then I was ignorant for a second. I've always been ignorant, so I wasn't offended by that. But tell us, I want to talk about something that's very important to me and in our community, conflict resolution. Now, I think that I have a very, flatlined way of dealing with conflict, whereas my partner below me, Aaron W., is more of a smack you in the face. And, although he's matured to, tell you I'm gonna smack you the face first and then smack you. But how do you guys deal with conflict resolution? Speaking to Mr. Miles and Ms. Nay.
Want to go ahead, Miles.
Well, me, I don't know. Me personally, I'm pretty cool, laid back, and calm person. I really don't get myself too hyped up with it. I mean, it can get you to the point to where a lot of things can really just turn sour into a big conflict. I just got to the point now, man. If it ain't benefiting me, paid my pocket, I really care less what a person think or feel. You know what I'm saying? That's just how my thing on a lot of things. I look at things in life a whole nother perspective way. So
I'm gonna come back to you on that, but I want to hear Ms. Nay's personal feelings on that.
As far as me and how I deal with things, I'm a very big communicator. I want to talk about whatever it is, and if I feel like you're not on the same level where I'm at, I let it go. I'm not gonna harp about it. You do your thing, I'm gonna do mine. But like I said, I'm not the type of person that hold grudges or anything. At the end of the day, we're gonna agree to disagree and keep pushing. But I feel like I tell people all the time, at the end of the day, any relationship, no matter if it's with a parent or your children or whatever, communication is going to definitely be key. And We may disagree, but as long as we understand each other, if we understand each other, then we should be able to work it out. You know, that's where you compromise at. We can disagree, but as long as we understand each other, we have a way to compromise.
I'm laughing because we had a guest on a couple weeks ago, a Houston writer, Naboo, and he was like, you know, why come black people get on podcasts and basically have drinks and eat, man? Because I'm definitely drinking and he's definitely eating, man. I'm like,
I'm eating.
yeah, I know. So we're doing it. That made me laugh. He's right. We do that because we've had several podcasts where we ate on the podcast, and I make fun of him when he do it, and vice versa. But Mr. Conflict Man, I'm gonna get on all three of y'all in a second because I figure.
Can you stop painting the narrative that I'm Mr. Conflict Man, bro?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Mr. used to be Conflict Man and matured and grown. I want you to give your perspective, and then I'm gonna talk crazy to both of them because I think they full of shit. But keep going.
Damn, I don't even have a point to make if you already telling me I'm full of shit before I make it.
I said them, not you, them.
You want to know how I feel about conflict resolution?
Sir, I didn't say you yet.
I don't bother nobody, man. Don't bother me. So I've matured, and in the corporate setting, I learned how to deal with it. I just, if it doesn't affect me and what I have going on, I leave it alone. If I can affect change in a positive way, I do. On a personal level, just in the streets, I try to diffuse everything. I feel like I got to lead by example. I can't tell some of these youth out here that I mentor, do the right thing, walk away if I'm out here slapping people.
Yeah.
So for the most part, the only time in my life at this point where I get upset, where I raise my voice, call people outside of their names when I'm talking to this young man, James Boogie, on the screen. Because he is a professional troll.
Whatever. Okay. So
and I do know the difference between two, and two, by the way. But go ahead. Okay.
I said Ben and Dan. I said
I know the difference between all that too. And if I don't know, I will at least look at the thesaurus before I put it on social media.
You're one of few. So while I'm talking to the Cocktail Conversation podcast, like, we can be honest and say that it's not far-fetched to say that we have a hard time going to McDonald's. Like, this is not me being funny, this is being for real. We have a hard time going to McDonald's.
Who's we?
Our people.
Come on, you gotta stop with this.
You gotta stop. Our community has a hard time going to McDonald's. Like, you can go to McDonald's and hear some of the craziest fights, arguments, shootouts. In fact, there was a person that got shot, I think 2 days ago, because they couldn't get a sauce from Wendy's. Like, there was a lady not too long ago got her face broke because one of the managers threw You
gotta throw some context on that, bro. She threw some shit at the manager first.
That's what I'm trying to say.
She got mad because the meal was wrong, came back like 20 minutes later and decided to throw the food at the manager. So she should have got hit with the smoothie bottle, bro.
It's a cause and effect to everything.
That's what I'm saying. So you feel like if I hit you with some paper, you can hit me with an iron.
I don't know what's in the bag, bro.
Right, but at the end of the day, you don't treat people like you don't want to be treated. You treat people just like you want to be treated. So if you come at me sideways, it depends on how aggressive you're being to me. I'm gonna tell you honestly, my history is let's hit the streets. That's my history. But my thing is, over the years, after I've grown and I've been through a lot, and I'm raising children to control themselves, I can't do that, and I can't allow them to see me act in that manner. But like, I mean, when those type of things, I go, I'm not even gonna deal with the person that I got a problem with. Let me deal with somebody that's gonna be able to handle this the correct way. Because if I have to get out of character, I need to call some people to go ahead and grab them.
That bug, I will say, was overkill for the young man to throw the smoothie container at the young lady. But maybe that's what he had in his hand, bro. And it was just a reaction.
That's what I'm talking about. We as a culture have been taught, just like he said.
You can't put that on the culture, bro. That's and some of this stuff is one-offs, bro. Some of this stuff is one-offs, bro. Like, at the end of the day, you got to put some context on it, man. The lady came in there throwing shit at the people. I don't know what's in that bag. I don't know what you put in that bag. I don't know what your true intentions are. I might have been making a smoothie, bro, and the fight or flight. So I fought and chunked that hoe at you and it hit you.
Yep.
But it was in his hand at the time. That's what I feel like.
175% disagree with both of y'all because what I'm saying is, I'm telling you why. Let me finish. Let me say what I'm going to say. What I'm saying is, I understand the reaction that people have. You have two different kind of reactions. You have a reaction that is a reflex, and you have a calculated reaction. There's no way that you don't know if you throw this thing that you're gonna injure somebody for real. Like, yes, she threw some. I'm mad because she threw a paper at me or she threw some food at me. I'm mad about that. But I know as a human being, if I throw this thing at this person, it's gonna do 100% more damage.
I don't know what's in the bag. What if she got batteries in the bag? What if she trying to do some ill will to me or something? Don't act like people aren't evil and don't do things like that.
Man, I call it a reflex, man. It's a reflex.
No, great. Once the bag hit the ground, you knew what was in the bag. Once she had the food in her hand, and you know it's the food you gave her. She threw the food back at you, and you decided, I'm gonna throw this machine at you. Like, come on, man, make it make sense, bro. That don't make sense.
I don't think you're trying to negate the actions of the first person, and you're just trying to put it all on the second person. Like, the lady shouldn't have walked in. The lady at the end of the day.
We have been taught.
At the end of the day,
if they come it this way, I should come that way. I should match their energy. That's what he just said, and that's what you saying. She did that, so I can do this. Y'all both did the same thing.
So if a dude come up to you, right, walk up to you, you just stand there chilling. Dude come up to you and buck at you real fast. What's your instincts gonna be?
To defend myself. To put my hand.
But this the thing. So if he buck at you, just gonna sit there and see if he gonna hit you for real, or you gonna retaliate off?
No, I'm a defend myself at this point. I'm a put my hands up and try to block his plan. I'm like, what you doing, bro? Yeah. I'm not gonna see you gonna live because you.
But did you see the video? It wasn't like she threw the bag and had time to sit there and continue to talk shit. She threw the bag and her arm was still on the follow through when the smoothie machine shit was coming at her face.
Once again, like I'm saying, we have to be honest in the conversation. We can't say how we feel.
We're not being honest.
But if I'm saying, we can't just say how we feel and just live in our feelings. If we're living in our feelings, then we have no problem with her throwing that machine back at her, living in our feelings.
So what's the honest, in your opinion? What's the honest way this situation should have played out?
Well, the honest way it should have played out is if she throws the bag, then you say, man, we need to leave. Because me throwing that thing at you doesn't change nothing. You still threw the bag. I'm like, what am I proving? Hitting you with something because you threw something. What am I proving? What does that do?
But see, this is the problem with that. You have to know the background from everybody that's involved. Because the person that threw the smoothie machine, maybe he come from a place where he has to, his immediate defense is going to be to defend himself. But if you have somebody that's been taught over the years that something else may happen or not to react in such a way, then you may get a different reaction. Everybody's reaction not going to be the same.
Hold on, time out. Young James Boogie, prime example. You are a basketball player, is that correct?
Hold on,
No. You play basketball, right? Because this is what I'm finna ask you directly correlates with what we're talking to. You ready?
But you talking? Okay, go.
Are you ready? No, because you know what I'm finna say, right?
That was 20 years ago, bro.
But you know what I'm finna say, though, right? And that's why he don't want me to talk, because he knows exactly what I'm finna say.
Say what you say.
So, and it can be 20 years ago. That's fine. You are mature Boogie. You was mature Boogie then. Young James Boogie was playing pickup basketball at an organization. He got a hard foul. He got a hard foul. Broke his ankle.
Okay.
After he healed back up,
yes.
Young James Boogie is playing said pickup game again. Similar hard foul that broke his ankle, and it was done on purpose. So he got up and he retaliated to the hard foul. Mm-hmm. Now, if I'm taking in context what it is, you know the man came at you with aggression, fouled you on purpose. Mm-hmm. In the back of your mind, last time this happened, I broke my ankle. Mm-hmm. So you got up and you defended yourself. Is that correct?
No, I acted in
So that's
anger.
not correct. You didn't get up and defend yourself.
That's what I'm saying. I acted in anger. Okay. And the first thing that the referee, when he grabbed me, the first thing he said to me, he said, "What are you doing?" But
he don't know the backstory though. He doesn't know that in that same condition, in that same situation, you got hurt a couple months before. So that's in the back of your mind. That's not happening to me again. This time I'm defending myself.
Doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter.
You're right.
The results are the same. What I'm saying is there's no way that I should not understand that, hey, I'm on a basketball court right now. And whatever happens, I need to respond in a basketball manner. There's no way I shouldn't understand that I'm at work at McDonald's. And whatever happens in this, if they just come to me because they mad about my work, I can't take it to the next level and go personal. They mad about their food. They're not mad at you. They're not mad at you. That's the part y'all are missing.
Yeah, no. But if they're mad about their food, if they're mad about their food, it should have just stayed. If I'm mad about my food, I'm gonna come back in. I'm gonna say, hey man, either make my stuff the correct way or just give me my money back. I'm not coming in throwing shit at people and then expect nothing to happen. So you feel like if I throw something like, and this is what I'm saying, this is why our neighborhoods are destroyed, bro, because we feel like if you punch me, I can come back and stab you because you punched me. That's not the same.
Yeah, that's the exact same.
That's not the same. That's not the same, bro.
That's what happens, bro.
That is not the exact same.
If I come beat you up, you finna be like, oh, he beat me up. I'm finna shoot you now.
That is not the exact same.
That's exactly what happened, bro.
Well, okay, so I understand where you're coming from with that. I understand because
but he jumped to the extreme though.
I've seen that part of it. So it's not like that you're not completely wrong. I'm not, but I can't say that's taught. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't say that's taught. I feel like that comes from something that they learned over the years from maybe being in the hood or hanging out, or they got that from somewhere.
Got it from home. Mama told them if somebody hits you, hit them back.
Hit them back. That's hit them back. That's not go back and pick them. The only time, and again, I grew up in the hood. My thing is,
Say everybody on this thing that I believe.
Right. But this is the thing. When I was taught, if somebody hit you, you hit them back. However, if they bigger than you and you feel like you can't whoop their ass, you pick up something and knock their ass out.
That's crazy.
But you still, my thing is, if somebody have the upper hand on you, then you do what you got to do. That's you go into survival mode.
So you saying
that's crazy. I'm saying because I'm bigger than you, now it gives you the right to injure me for life because I'm bigger than you.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be. If you're bigger than me, then you should handle things differently. You shouldn't be picking on me if I'm smaller than you.
But okay, I agree with you. But in the same breath, I'm saying, so you're saying because you're smaller than me, that gives you the right to use any means.
I don't think that's what she's saying, and I think it differs. I think Boog. I think Boog, it differs in situation from situation of what's going on. It's a difference between a parent teaching their children to defend themselves if they're in a situation where they need to defend themselves, opposed to a parent that's telling people to go pick on people and be a bully, things like that.
You off the gas, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying.
What you mean get off the gas? I'm not on any gas.
Listen to the conversation that we're having. Like it goes from when we saying that this person threw a bag at me.
So time out. You got to get off the bag. It doesn't matter what she threw. She shouldn't have threw anything, bro.
I am not saying that. I'm not saying she's right for throwing the bag, but I'm saying we went from throwing a bag to breaking somebody's jaw. We went from that to saying that we're letting 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-olds make decisions about how to handle fisticuffs. Like that don't make sense, bro. You wouldn't give them a gun. You want
your child to be a punching bag?
What I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Would you give your child a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old a knife?
My mother said give a 5-year-old a knife, my guy.
But what's going to happen if that? Hold up. What's going to happen if that 5-year-old has a 6-year-old that's bigger than them, and Mama said grab something, and the only thing they see is a knife? What's going to happen?
But we say get something to stick, and we say pick up something to hit them with.
They're gonna grab whatever next to them. It might be a fork.
That's why we always say pick up a brick.
So you've turned this 5-year-old into a killer.
I think you didn't. I think you.
But this is the thing: bullies come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. Okay, so and I'm gonna say this: for her to walk in, however the case may be, for her to walk in and throw that bag at somebody that was not prepared, that was not armed. Oh, I can't say not armed because she got something thrown back at her. But they were not ready for this situation. She was the bully. She started this. Yep. And at the end of the day, when you start something, understand you have to be prepared for what's coming back to you. You can't go out in the universe throwing shit and hitting people or whatever the case may be and feel and think that nothing else is going to happen to you in return.
So what I'm saying is, just make it make sense to me. I'm just asking the question. So if I throw a bag of food at you, whatever you throw at me is okay.
Yep. Now I'm gonna tell you this though. If I see you come in and I see you preparing yourself to throw it at me, then I can say, okay, I understand. I can retaliate different from what you're saying. I can say, you want to throw it at me. Now, if you just come in and I turn around and something come flying at me, my instinct is to retaliate back. You know what I'm saying? So you can't tell me. So if you see somebody walk up and punch you can sit there and say, hold on, man, you don't step back. But if a person that walk up and punch you're just going to sit there and say, why you punch me, man?
No, what I'm saying is, like you said at first, if somebody let's make it equal. If somebody comes up and pushes me, pushes me, you think that's my cue to punch them 10 times?
Well, pushing is different though.
What you mean? But I'm saying I throw a bag at you. Like, make it make sense. I'm
okay.
I'm 100% being real, bro.
I feel like this here. If he had a soda water in his hand, he probably would threw the soda water at him. Because he just feel like you throwing something at me, I'm gonna throw whatever I got at him too.
That's what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is exactly what you're saying is what I'm saying. I'm saying that everybody here is okay with the retaliation with no repercussions, saying that, you know what, the person who if I throw a bag of food at you and you hit me back with something that can kill me, bro, you should be in jail.
So let me ask you a question.
Throw yourself.
But let me ask you a question.
If you threw the bag back, that'd have been cool.
But at the very least.
But let me ask you a question. If a nigga kicked out your house and they got a bat, and I shoot them and they die, should I go to jail?
No.
Why not?
Because you are attempting to harm me. That bat is a deadly weapon. I don't have a bat in my hand. I have a gun. It's a difference, bro. That's not conflict resolution. That is defending yourself. Conflict resolution is saying, okay, this is a situation that has arisen. You threw a bag at me. I'm at work, man. How the fuck I don't understand that I got a McDonald's badge on? I'm at work. They're not mad at me in particular as a person. They're mad at the situation. They're throwing a bag at McDonald's.
But at the same time, this is the thing. At the same time, if I know that person's at work, I got the upper hand on them anyway, because I already in my mind feel like they not going to really retaliate because they at work. Mm-hmm. So again, you're being a bully because you already have in your mind that you're supposed to do some stuff that you probably ain't going to have no consequences for. No, that's wrong.
How you figure if you come to my job and do that, you're on camera. I know you're on camera. I call the police. This person came in here, did this. This is what they did, and they put up for their consequences. But instead, we've been taught to take the law and take matters into our own hands and retaliate because they disrespected us. We can go back to what I always say. We take respect so serious in the Black community because we haven't had anything, and you're literally taught all you have is your balls and your word. That's all you got.
That's every race.
What you mean? But now,
because taught to defend themselves.
Was that person being defensive or were they being retaliatory? Be honest.
I'm gonna put it like this here. I feel like it's a cause and effect. If she would have kept her hand to herself, bad.
No, you don't want to answer the question.
Okay,
was it being retaliatory or defensive?
We don't know.
Defensive?
What you mean you don't know?
We don't know.
What you mean you don't know? It's common sense, bro.
It's not common sense. It's not common sense. We don't know because all we saw was one angle. So, like I said, you don't know what that employee was doing. That employee might have just felt some shit hit them, didn't know what was going on, turned around, and whatever they had in their hand got chunked back at the end.
And it also depends on how hard she got hit with it. Like, I mean, they got hit with
a bag of food.
It don't, but it. How hard? We think about the force that might have came behind it. How much food was in a bag? Like, I don't know that.
You telling
none of that even matters when we're not even putting any.
100%, man.
We're not putting any.
Burger and fries.
None of that even matters. You're not even putting any kind of responsibility on the young lady who initiated the situation. If she would not have come in and even did the shit, she wouldn't have got hit in the face with a fucking blender. So
she should throw that bag on the counter and say, "I ain't fix my food right,"
or give my money back.
How you gonna judge somebody that worked there because you mad about food? Well, don't go home and cook your food.
But what I'm saying is, y'all conversation is trying to assess blame for who was wronger. I'm not trying to say who was wrong.
Both was wrong.
They both was wrong. But what I'm saying is,
the lady was wrong who came in and threw the food at the workers. She was wrong.
Yeah. And the person who threw back the fucking blender was wrong too. They're
not wrong. They were protecting themselves at all times.
Where do they protect themselves from? You tell me what you say with
They
an
were
honest
being attacked,
city.
bro. I don't know what's in that bag. I don't know what's in the bag, my nigga. I don't know what's in the bag.
That's that ignorance that we're talking
That's
about.
not ignorance at all. I do not know what's in the bag.
We're taught, bro. That's that street ignorance that we talk.
That's not street ignorance at all.
That's ignorant, bro.
How is that ignorant?
What's in the bag? Nigga, food in the bag. You know what's in the bag.
I do not know what's in the bag. The lady came back 25 minutes later, bro. 25 minutes later. I ain't seen this woman. This woman ain't just left my drive-thru. 25 minutes later, you came back bitching about some food, and so you just gonna throw a bag at me 25 minutes later?
I put a whole damn thing of pennies in that motherfucker.
But it wasn't. That's what I'm saying. Y'all saying,
bro,
what if,
you tripping.
What if? No, you're saying what ifs and maybes. Oh, but it could have been.
Well, you saying what ifs and maybes as well, though, because you don't know what the climate was. You don't know what that person was doing. You don't know if that person got caught off guard. Do you know?
Matter, bro.
It does matter. Context matters. It does matter.
Has no idea, man. Look, what I'm saying. And this is what
have you ever been in that situation before?
100 times. What you mean?
You've been in a situation before where you worked in a fast food environment and someone has threw some food at you.
I've been in a situation where I'm in an environment where I'm at a company.
Because I've been in that 100. I've been in that situation before. The exact same situation.
How many times you throw a blender at somebody?
Well, I didn't have anything in my hand. It didn't get thrown at me. A person threw a whole. You know how like when you go to Louis cafeteria and you got a tray of food. Yeah. Give you some context about it. I was working at a Boy Scout camp, and inside the cafeteria. The fact that you're laughing is ignorant because you truly didn't do anything to improve yourself as a youth. So
how you figure that? How you gonna say I ain't for Luke because I'm laughing because you got Boy Scout jokes? You know
the fact that you have jokes about someone bettering themselves, that's ignorance. Just like it's ignorant. Since you think it's ignorant to protect yourself working at McDonald's, I'm gonna tell you it's ignorant to make fun of someone bettering themselves.
Ignorant, bro.
Homie had a tray of food. The food they had bowls, forks, knives, spoons, drinks. He got mad because he didn't want the Salisbury steak. Now, it's probably the wrong food, but he got mad because it wasn't the food he wanted tonight. Chunked that shit back at the server. Okay. Have y'all ever been in a situation, the milk bags that you put in a big-ass thing? The server, homie was refilling the milk container thing, bro. Molly whopped him with a milk bag. Was that overkill?
Reflex.
It's not reflex, man, because you know what you're doing, man.
This was a white person, by the way, not a black person. Both parties were all white people involved.
Okay, if it's white, black, Mexican, however it is, what I'm saying is a reflex.
So it's overkill for me to defend myself.
Defending, do you know what defending yourself means? Let's answer that question. You know what defending yourself?
Once I feel threatened and I feel like my life is in danger, I'm gonna defend myself.
Wrong. Defending yourself means you're in immediate danger. If you have time to turn and think and look and grab something, you're not defending yourself no more. You're reacting.
What?
So you saying he looked and grabbed something and then threw it?
He had to.
Okay, bro.
He had to, or he did?
He don't know. He don't even know.
You telling me? Let's just be. Let's see. We gotta have an honest conversation. We can't say ifs and.
You don't know.
Hold on.
You saying ifs.
Listen to what I'm saying. You're telling me that I have a blender in my hand. A blender. This is 12, 15 pounds. A blender is metal.
What blender you using is 12 pounds? 10
pounds at the least. Huh? Whatever it is. I got a blender in my hand. And you telling me I can turn and throw a blender without thinking that this might hurt somebody for real? I'm asking you a question. If it breaks, if it cut, if the plastic cuts, you can cut somebody's eye out, bro. You can maim somebody with this. You telling me that if you don't know that this thing that I'm throwing could seriously injure somebody because they threw some food at me, that's retaliation, bro. Look up the word defense, and defending yourself doesn't mean somebody offended my honor, offended my pride, so now I can do what that's what y'all keep saying.
That's not what we're saying at all, bro, but go ahead.
Man, bro, I know what words mean.
You're making up climates in your head to argue with us about. That's what you're doing.
You can't miss me on no word in the dictionary.
I don't give a fuck about a word. You're making up a climate to argue with us, bro.
You keep saying defending myself.
Yeah, nigga, I defended myself. I don't know what's in the bag. You threw some shit at me. I don't know what the fuck you throwing at me. I don't know.
Stop, bro.
Why I gotta stop?
Once the bag hit whatever it hit, once this happened, because
can I ask a question, Boog? What is the one thing that happened that could have alleviated this entire conversation we having?
The guy could have walked in the back, or she could have not thrown it. It was two parts.
She could have what? No, what is the main point? She could have what?
She could have not threw it.
All right, cool. What you got next?
No, we ain't doing that, bro. That's what I'm saying.
What else is there to talk about?
I understand what
You
words,
won't even talk about the main issue. The main issue is the person who entered this place of business and was upset to the point where they felt like they wanted to assault someone by throwing shit at them.
And so your response is say, if they try to assault me, that gives me the right to assault them back.
Hey, what if she would have threw the bag and the pointed end of the bag hit the person in the eye and fucked up the eye?
You talking about what ifs? Now
We all talking about what ifs.
But it's the whole thing it's a whole what if situation.
Well, the facts
The
are
whole thing is
Ain't no facts, my nigga. You don't have no facts.
I'm going to tell you the facts. The facts is I threw something at you.
No, those are your facts, nigga. Tell the facts that you saw on the camera.
On the camera.
What did you see on the camera? You tell me what you saw on the camera.
I'm gonna tell you, on the camera, we were arguing. You saw she was arguing. She pointed and threw something, a bag of food. The person who she threw the bag of food at turned around and threw a blender. That's the facts. Now, if you were telling me out of your mouth that you feel like, well, which everybody said, well, that's repercussions. Well, dang, how do you think if that is okay, then what's not okay then? If you're saying that whatever happened, if I can react in any way if I feel threatened.
Was the McDonald's employee assaulted?
Yeah.
All right then. So they were defending themselves.
No, bro. You look, like I said, I'm not picking on you. I'm not attacking you, bro. But you can't miss me on no words, bro. And what you're saying,
I'm not trying to miss you on any word. I'm not trying to trick you up. I'm not even using a big word. I just said, did the young lady assault the McDonald's worker? Yes or no?
Yes.
If I'm being assaulted, can I defend myself? It's yes or no.
But you
it's
already
yes or no. If I'm defending,
So what I'm understanding is it's okay. It's just not by any means necessary.
he's saying that the person shouldn't have thrown a blender. So the person should have either made a conscious effort to find something softer to throw, or just not throw anything at all, or just walk away. Which I can understand that as well. I'm not disagreeing that it's overkill to throw a fruit blender at someone. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying you got to place blame where blame needs to be placed. And if the young lady wouldn't have assaulted someone in the first place,
we
wouldn't be having this conversation.
Okay, this is the last thing I'm gonna say, and we can move on from here. If that's how you feel, then we should have no issue with any officer or any officers doing anything when they feel they've been. It's like when officers shoot these people, have that same energy, saying, "Well, he felt like that person was aggressive with the officer. That person was being loud. They were assaulting
Whoa.
them."
That's totally different.
Same theory.
No, that's not the same theory at all. No,
I'm defending myself.
Over words, over talking loud, over me saying, "Why are you pulling me over?" That's not me assaulting you.
But you just said both of y'all, all three of y'all just said, "Oh, they bigger than me." So if they bigger than me,
First off, all three of us did not say that. And if you listen to what she said, she told you no. If you listen to what she said, it's first off.
If you're bigger than me, it's okay.
First off, we're not talking about that. Now you're changing the narrative and you're changing the shit up. That's not what we said, and that's not what we're talking about. So now you switched it up.
That's you. It only makes sense when it applies to what you want to talk about.
What are you talking about?
It was okay when she said, "Oh, he's bigger than me, so I can do what I want to." So
Sir,
if the officer says,
first off, I didn't co-sign what she said.
Black man.
First off, I didn't co-sign what she said. First off,
that's how we were taught.
I didn't co-sign what she said.
That's a defense. That's you defending yourself. Because at the end of the day, if somebody bigger than me hit me, then shit, I'm sure it's gonna hurt. That's just like saying if a man hit me, I'm supposed to just hit him back? No, if he's stronger than me and bigger than me, then no, you got to find something to take the power from him. It might not be all the power, but you gotta stop him in some way.
Or get away.
So it's different.
Would you give your daughter the advice that if she's fighting a man who is physically bigger and stronger than her to still fight him fair? Or would you advise her to pick up whatever she can to get the nigga up off him?
I would advise
her. Now get him off you. And
you would advise her to what?
I would advise her to get away first, to try to get away first. If he's bigger than you and stronger than you, like the chance you trying to even the score, are you taking a chance of trying to, like, let's say, what if you miss? What if you get something big and you miss? Now you're in the worst place because now you done pissed him off more.
He might be choking. Get away. He might be choking him. So you tell him and say, "Let me go," and then walk away?
No, I didn't say walk away. I said if somebody's bigger than you and she's in a situation, I'm saying try your best to get away. from this situation. You trying to fight the situation is gonna end bad because you're at a disadvantage. Now,
But sometimes
can
hit
grab
somebody
something
might be her way to get away. She might got to hit him with something to get away.
I agree with you, but once again, what we're saying is y'all talking about in close quarters when somebody's holding me. If somebody throws a bag at me,
We didn't say any kind of context of any kind of fight, close quarters, and none of that. You added that sauce on there, not us.
he just said, "Oh, she choking." He said, "I gave a very
Choking
specific."
ain't a close quarters thing. They could be sitting on the sofa and he choked her. She got to pick up something to get away. I hit this nigga with this
choking somebody not close.
booking.
How do you choke somebody without being in close quarters?
You
bro?
do know the difference between close quarters and someone just being close to you.
If I'm touching you, we're in close quarters, bro.
No.
If I'm in arm's reach, I'm in close quarters, man.
All
Tell
right,
me
what is the point you're trying to make? Because now we getting hung up on semantics, bro.
If you choking you, you're not in close quarters, nigga. I'm close enough to touch you. I'm close, man.
All right, then. So that means if you close enough to touch this person, I need to get this nigga up off me so I can get away. I'm finna hit him with the hardest thing in my arm's reach, bro.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
But the logic that you're telling us, you should advise her to say, "Hey, guy, can you please stop choking me?" Or try to fight her straight up to get away.
What I said that if you're in a situation where somebody's big with you, you need to try by all means to get away.
Cool. Now, how did the police come in this?
Because I'm saying, if I'm a police officer and I pull over this 6'4" black man in the car, I know how big he is when I pull him over. I seen his measurements when I pull him over. I know he's 6'4", 250. I'm 5'9", 165.
How you know I'm 6'4", 250 sitting down?
Because I see I'm pulling your number up when I see you, bro. What you talking about? I can see your whole life when I pull you when I reach your place, man. I know what you are in the car. I know
car not even in my name.
I know you got okay. That's even worse. So now I see a bigger dude in the car, and this ain't your car.
How you even see how big I am? I'm sitting down, nigga. You trying to look through window tint.
So once again, you saying, see what I'm saying? How you make all these have oh, the windows tinted now.
Because I'm trying to figure out how you try to justify a nigga shoot me because I'm 6'4", 250 in a car.
Because that's what you said. Because what y'all said. Y'all were like, was the person bigger than you? Or you, just like, don't.
That's not what we said.
Bro,
that still don't match up with the officer coming up shooting. You ain't threat the lawman. Because you already know if I hit this lawman, that's assault charge I'm going to get. So therefore, if this lawman come up and he mad because I'm knowing my rights and I'm not bagging down, and then he decided to shoot me, you say we shouldn't complain and say something about it?
I didn't say that, but I'm saying you already know if you hit this person with no matter how you slice it, if you hit this person with this blender, that's an assault charge too. You know that. You know if I hit somebody with anything.
It was assault when she came in through the bag. It was assault when she threw that bag.
Exactly. But you know, a person knows if I throw a feather at you, I throw a bag at you, it's not the same as throwing a rock at you. Let's just keep it a bean. That's why I be getting frustrated with people, man, because I'm like, keep it a bean. Don't talk from your feelings, talk from reality, bro.
It ain't no fit. That ain't real.
Nobody, man.
How are you mad? How are you mad at the person who, as you say, retaliated to assault that was done to them? How are you mad at them?
Because, bro, no human being on this planet can say with any kind of, if you're a human being and you understand how physics work, if I throw a bag at you, a bag of food, if it hits me, worse than I got food on me, I threw a blender at you, man. How are you trying to cape for that? How are you trying? Oh yeah, well, you threw it at me. That's ignorance, bro. That's what we've been taught. We don't want to admit as a people that we've been taught ignorance. We want to go around it and say, "Oh, no, we've been taught ignorance." But and the proof is in the pudding. Look at our culture. The proof is in the pudding.
All right.
When I go to Chinatown, I don't see them fighting each other in the streets. I don't see them shooting each other down the streets. If they do, they're keeping it quiet. It's the triads and the West Scholar. Well, when I go to the Latin communities, I don't see them down in the streets saying like we have all these caveats to why it's okay. Well, he was selling dope, so they shit. Come on, man.
But let me tell you what's gonna make the difference between your defense being defensive and being retaliating. Time is gonna make the difference, and I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Because when somebody's being attacked immediately, the first thing it's gonna be an instant reflex. That's going to be you defending yourself. When you retaliate, you done had time to think about this stuff and come back and handle it later. So that's going to be your difference. There's no way that you can say that there's retaliation if that was an immediate response from that person.
Wrong. Again, know why I say it's wrong? No, I'm telling you it's wrong because when I go to my job,
I don't think you can tell her it's wrong. I just think you can tell her that your opinion is different. I don't think you can tell her her opinion is wrong.
I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong. This
For
is
40
wrong.
minutes, we've been listening. You tell us that our opinion is wrong. So at least don't tell her her opinion is wrong. Just tell her you have a difference of opinion.
I'm saying. When you go to McDonald's, when you go to Burger King, when you go to any job, do you not take a training about when things happen? Do you not take a training about this?
Not in no fast food.
No, but you mean you crazy? You have a training. You have a training the customer. If a customer
they do training fast food.
Don't do XYZ. Don't do this. Don't do. You have a training.
I ain't never did no training, Meg. I cuss them all out. They came in there talking crazy. I ain't bull. I'm just telling you.
I'm telling you, there's a training. There's literally a training that you watch to say, hey, if they come through this, don't do that. Don't do this. Just like if I'm a cop, just like if I'm a dentist. If I'm a dentist and the person starts kicking, you don't punch that person in the head to calm them down. You, sir, calm down. If I'm a doctor and they start fighting on me, they don't tell you to fight them. Hey, make sure you can secure. It's a training you have. So what you're saying is this training doesn't mean nothing. And if you have that energy for this person, have it for everybody. Have it for everybody. Because the first thing they say, the cops got training.
Well, my dear, I will say, at this point, we really just gonna have to agree to disagree.
I know it's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay. Like it.
We've been up for 40 minutes. So so this is how it goes. If your opinion differs from his, your opinion is wrong and his is right. There's no median.
No, I'm saying there's proof that what you're saying doesn't have validity.
Nah, because you roll that bullshit out with the cops, and that's a bunch of bullshit.
How you figure, bro? You the first thing you gonna say
because it's a different. No, it's not. It's not the first thing I'm gonna say. If the cops pull someone over, and the person starts assaulting the cops, you beating up on the cops, you trying to pull a gun on the cops, you beating the cop with a bat, all of that shit. Then whatever happened, then that's different. If you're assaulting a cop, and the cop shoots you to get him off you because you're threatening his life, then that's on that person. They shouldn't have been doing that shit. But if you pull me over and I'm in compliance, I'm doing what I'm doing, and you just scared because I'm bigger than you and you shoot me, that's some bullshit.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But what I'm saying is that by the logic that you're trying to present, saying that if somebody's bigger,
that's not true. Get off that bullshit because that's not what was said.
The logic that was said was that, well, if they're bigger than me, I have to use other means to get them off me. We just had an accident last year where the girl had a knife and the cop shot the girl with a knife and everybody mad at the cop.
Nah, see, everybody wasn't mad at the cop. That incident was some crazy shit because she had a knife and she was finna gut the shit out of somebody. In that instance, the cop did what they should have did. The young lady, and in that situation, there were adults in that climate. They could have easily de-escalated that whole situation. Now, if you wanted to bring that up as an example of how we as a community need to work together to de-escalate shit and police our own people, then that should have been your example to stand on your soapbox about, because there were too many adults and there was too many instances where they could have de-escalated that situation, got the young lady in the house, took the knife from the young lady. And instead, there was adults out there hyping that situation up, and the young lady lost her life because the police officer did what he was supposed to do.
I agree, but I'm saying in the same stance, there was also other adults there, other managers. I don't know who through the which collar. It might have been. I don't know who.
In McDonald's?
Yeah, there was other.
Bro,
adults.
her follow through arm wasn't even down when she got hit with that shit, bro. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, you know what? I could ride with you. No, talk about book. Hold on, talk about book.
Could you see it?
Book, talk about book. Book. I could ride. Listen to what I'm saying. Can you stop talking and listen to what I'm saying?
Could you see it? Don't tell me what you're thinking. Could you see what happened on the other side? All you saw was the girl get hit.
All I saw was the young lady throw the bag with the follow through. I thought she was here, and by the time she was here, my nigga, the blender was here. Now,
so you don't know if she had it in her hand the whole time or not, right?
No, I don't.
So
but as fast as the blender flew through the air, I know she didn't get hit with some food and be like, let me go find a blender to throw at this person and pick up a blender and throw it at him.
So more than likely she had the blender in her hand the whole time.
She probably did.
Right? So you telling me she had blender in her hand and there were other adults there who didn't say nothing. It's like they didn't say, hey, don't throw that blender. Hey man, don't do that. But
if she had the blender in her hand when she got hit with the food, then that was like she already had it in her hand.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is, if she already got the blender in her, she didn't just come in here and throw it. She came in here and argued and threw the food. So you telling me nobody else was like, hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I know she wrong.
I don't think it was that much time, bro. When you look at what was going on, the lady came in, was doing all this fly shit, and boom. And when the hand was on the follow through, it was some shit flying back at her. Now, if she would have threw something, no. Listen to what I'm saying. If she would have threw the food and the employee like walked around for a couple of seconds to find some shit, all right, I can ride with you on that.
You hear what I'm saying though? I'm saying
I heard what you said.
I'm saying and we should leave this. You're right. What I'm saying is that from the get green, as long as she's arguing with her with the food in her hand, as fast as that blender came, that means when she's arguing at her, she got the blender in her hand the whole time. The whole time she's arguing at her, she as fast as it came, she couldn't have had grabbed it and threw it because before her follow through come through, like you said, the blender hitting her. So she had it in her hand. So as she's arguing, the other adults are just sitting there watching it happen.
I don't think you could. All right,
on both sides.
You got it, bro.
Like I'm saying, at the end of the day, it all comes down to we've been taught wrong. And until we start saying, man, we've been taught wrong, until we say that, we're going to always.
This is a horrible example for you to try to stand on this point on.
But that's a microcosm, bro, of how it goes down all the time.
No,
that's
it's not, bro. It's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not, bro.
If you feel in your heart,
and that's not anything that's not something that's like specific to our community, bro. That incident could have happened in any community in America.
But it didn't.
I'm pretty sure it's happened in every community.
I'm pretty sure, but I'm saying that where we are as a people and as a culture, we can't keep passing the buck and saying, well, it could happen to anybody. I don't care about anybody else at this point in this situation. I care about how we would deal with things because this happens on so many levels the same way in our communities. And if you don't want to agree to that, then I don't understand what we're talking about. Because
I didn't understand what we was talking about after like minute 25, to be honest with you.
Because I don't agree with what you're saying. So if I don't agree with you, you're going to go with how your heart feel and not the actual, all three of y'all have kept telling me about how it feels. Oh, well, if she gets hit, she has the right to defend herself. Oh, if she feels this, you're talking about feelings. I'm talking about actuality.
I ain't say feelings. I just said
no one has ever said feelings, but go ahead, bro.
Feelings, bro. You don't have to say feelings to talk about feelings. You're talking about your ego, your pride. That's what you're talking about. You're talking about
ego pride. It ain't about ego pride. It's called cause and effect.
Bro, you can still off my you can hit me in the face, bro. If I ain't a powerful person, if you ain't do damage to me, bro, I can walk it off, man.
Book, I know for
so
a
you
fact.
give a human punching bag.
Time out, Book. I know for a fact if you are refereeing at your place of business that you own, and if a parent comes on that court, bro, in 2-piece shoe, no fry, no shake, you're not finna just walk away, bro.
Check this out. So you think I ain't never been attacked by a parent or charged by a parent? You think I ain't never?
We can worry about words and all that.
Talk about physically. You think a parent ever came on the court or a kid ain't never like got mad and wanted to swing on me? I think
it's a difference between a kid and now we ain't talking about a kid, bro. I know if a kid swing on you and a kid probably has swung on you, you have not beat the kid up because I know the context and what had happened. But I know if an adult comes and runs up on you and put hands on you, your reaction ain't finna just walk away or walk off and not try to defend yourself. I know that.
That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that the definition of defense.
Okay, bro.
See what I'm saying? You don't want to hear that, bro.
I don't. You've already told me this already, and I don't
want to hear that, bro.
I'm trying to speak in reality, bro.
In reality, bro, defending myself could be pushing you off me. That's defending myself. Defending yourself is keeping yourself from being hurt, not attacking somebody. And you keep confusing defense with attacking. If I'm hitting you, the only way to defend myself is not by hitting you, bro. That's not the only way. That's what you keep saying. If they run up on you, you're gonna fight back. Not necessarily, bro. I might just grab them and hold them.
Is that not fighting back?
If somebody comes to hit me, if I'm reffing and a parent come hit me, the first thing I probably do is gonna grab him, just hold him.
Is that not fighting back? Is that not defending yourself?
Yes, that's defending myself.
Okay, that's all we're talking about.
But what I'm saying is,
I can't tell you the means in which you defended yourself if you're right or wrong. I can't tell you that.
Yes, I can.
I can't.
You definitely can, because
I definitely cannot.
If you have a certain station, if you're in a certain situation, defending yourself is different. If I'm a cop and you attack me, defending myself is different. I'm not supposed to shoot you.
We're not talking about cops. We're talking about just regular level people.
I'm a referee.
We ain't talking about cops.
I'm a referee, if I'm a teacher, I'm not supposed to fight you back defending.
If you're a referee, if you're a teacher, if a parent come and a parent is really swinging on you, putting hands on you, trying to pummel you to the ground, I cannot tell you how you are supposed to defend yourself, bro. I can't tell you how.
Whatever, bro. So you telling me you want your referees to be beating up on your parents?
Nah, I didn't say that. I don't want my referees to run in the stands and beat up on my parents. If a referee is calling a game and out of nowhere a parent come and Mike Tyson them, bro, and if that referee decides to two-piece them, no fry, no shake back, I can't say that referee's wrong.
I'm put it out because I'm just dead it.
He ain't gonna let it die.
Or self-defense is available only while the threat is going on. After the threat is ended, it's considered retaliation.
So retaliation would have been once she hit the ground, I went over there, picked up the smoothie machine and started hitting her some more, right?
No, retaliation have been there was after the bag was thrown, there was no more threat, bro. There was no threat. She in charge.
But if she's hostile, ain't no telling what else she pick up and throw.
But did she charge? Did she charge? Did she charge the counter? Did she do it?
No, I'm gonna have to look at the video. I ain't seen
video. She threw it, but folk, like you said, you talked yourself into a corner, Dub.
I didn't because she didn't have a chance to keep coming because she got hit with something already.
Finished throwing the thing before the thing just barely left her hand, and she getting hit in the face with a blender. So that was not that was not defense.
Okay, let's say this here. What if she was throwing it? He seen it coming, and he was trying to throw that thing like to stop it, but it slipped out his hand and hit her.
Come on, Superman.
No, I'm just we keep going. I'm just saying. So you act like you ever throw something and it slipped out your hand?
What you just saying is that they were shooting at each other and he tried to shoot the bullet. He wasn't trying to shoot at you.
Nah, stop doing that bullshit, bro. Talk about what we talking about. Talk about what we talking about.
Realistic, bro.
You're not being realistic at all, bro.
We pull the trigger. But what I'm saying is you can act like, have you ever played with a basketball person, act like they're going to throw the ball at you and the ball slip out their hand for real? Be like, man, I wasn't trying to let the ball come on my hand. So if she was throwing that bag, his instinct was to try to like he gonna block it, but his hand was coming around and it slipped out of his hand.
Yeah, and it hit her.
So how can you say?
So I'm asking,
that might happen that way.
Do you think he's liable at that point then, or no?
Do I think who?
The guy who slipped. If it slipped, it's called an accident, right? And if it's an accident, then I'm liable for an accident because I made the action for the accident.
I don't know what we're talking about.
I wasn't trying to hit you with my car.
You was trying to
accident. I'm liable still. I wasn't trying to hit you, but I hit you. I'm liable, bro. I'm wrong.
But he was defending himself from something coming at his face.
So, relationships and money.
That's what I'm talking about. Shit, money.
So how important is relationship? I mean, how important is money in a relationship, and why is money important in a relationship?
I think it's twofold. So I think money is important in any relationship because what is money? Money is the tool that we need to survive. It's how we pay our bills. It's how we get our luxuries. It's how we enjoy ourselves. It's a tool. So it's gonna be important. Now, I think the importance in a relationship is growth. If I'm in a relationship, and I think you're going into what was spoke about yesterday. If I'm picking a mate and I'm in a relationship, you got to bring more. You got to bring more to the table than just money. You got to actually bring loyalty. I got to be able to grow with you. You got to be able to have goals you trying to achieve yourself as well as me. And I feel like we both can bring the money to the table, and then we can prosper together as a couple, have goals. It shouldn't just all be on one person.
No, not at all. And I agree with you on that. You know what I'm saying? I feel that because some people, you hear people say, it ain't about money, it's about love. I'm going to tell you something. Yeah, that love only going to go, but that love can't pay no light bill. That love can't make sure when you get hungry, it's a lot of things, like you say, it's a lot of stuff that you can't do without that money. This whole world, you got to live on money. I don't care what it is. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when a person say it all ain't about money, to me it is. Money is important because at the end of the day, if you know who you are as a person, just because somebody say it ain't about the money, like if you have a woman and you love her, you're gonna want to do things for her, and that's vice versa for a woman. So if there's things you want to do for her, You know what I'm saying? Because she hang with friends or whatever. She see her friends getting little stuff. I mean, you ain't got to go buy the same thing they get. But at the end of the day, if this is a woman you love, you're going to want to do things for her. And if you ain't got no money, that shit ain't going to work. And then, and vice versa. If your woman ain't got no money, she can't do nothing for you all the time. That shit ain't going to, I know it ain't going to work for me.
Yeah.
Because I ain't, yeah, you know.
Plus, I've been married for like 14, 15 years. So out of that span, both parties are going to see some ups and downs. It's been plenty of times when I was down, and you know, there's plenty of times when I'm up, vice versa. And the love situation is going to be if that person holds you down, you know, when you're not on your feet, when you're in between jobs, when you're trying to train yourself to be able to get to a status where you can make more money. If you fall sick and you can't work, situations like that, it got to go both ways, and you got to be, and both parties got to bring something to the table. You know what I'm saying? I heard the one young lady say, and I'm not picking on her because she's not here. I did hear her bring up, and I think when she brought up the sex in the head thing, it could have gotten taken out of proportion because that's all we gonna hear. Once and I even made a comment once I heard sex in the head. I was like, well, shit, hey yo, I can get that from anywhere. I can go pull up to K Rose and get some head. So
K Rose,
I'm just saying, you know, I'm telling my age. So I'm saying if that's all I want, so I don't need you in my pockets. I can go find somebody to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what her statement was when she said about the head, she was saying a man will lie. She's saying what she said was the conflict. What she was saying was the contents was when a woman sit up and say, "I don't need a man for nothing. I don't need a man to do this. I got my own. I can pay my own bills." But at the end of the day, she would love to still have a man that help her cover the bills, that pay the bills, and she ain't got to do nothing. That's just like a man saying, "Oh, I don't need no head. I ain't worried about no." That's what she mean about it. If she wasn't saying that no man. You know what I'm saying? You can't, but that's what she was trying to explain. I seen when you made the comment, that's what she was explaining. She was like, no, I'm not saying that no man ain't gonna say, I don't want no head. That's a lie. A man might tell you he don't want no head, knowing damn well he gonna want something. I know I ain't gonna say until you I don't. I'm gonna tell you straight up, hey.
I disagree though, because I'm
gonna want something too, but it all depends on how much it's gonna cost my pockets. Look, if I gotta go in my pockets every time I see you, you ain't the one for me.
Well, I mean, my thing is definitely want to make sure that, you know, finances are situated. But like y'all done heard me say, I have more value in other ways. Not to say that I don't work, because clearly I work, but I have a lot of different hustles. I have several different hustles. I'm in the midst of trying to start a business. I got a lot of stuff going on. So not to say that I don't bring anything to the table. But my thing is, I'm really old school. I would prefer to have a man that don't need what I'm bringing to the table, that he can handle it on his own. And what I do is an addition. You know what I'm saying? So like if we want to go out and go on vacation, we ain't have to worry about the money that's in his pocket because I've been stacking paper all this time. But just like you said, in a particular case, or if something happens to him and he can't work, we're going to be good. Yeah. So just because we're not using his money or just because we're not using my money to pay bills don't mean that we don't have money. It just means that my money is not going towards the bills. He's responsible for making sure the home is taken care of for the most part. But at any point, if he lose a limb or he get laid off, we still gonna be good because that's what I'm here for.
I agree.
So I make sure that, you know, I've never been in a relationship where I ain't do shit. You know what I'm saying? But I've always done more than enough. But I feel from the things that I've been through, I think I'm at the point where I need to have someone in my life that could take care of the house and the bills and everything else, and let what I do simply just be extra.
And I will say, I think it's a time situation too. So I think if let's say if me and you start dating on you know time period month and a half, you're not moving there with me and I'm paying all your bills and all my bills. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I think it has to progress in a relationship now. If we've been together 2 years, 3 years, we living together, of course, me being the man, how I feel like I should do, I should take the brunt of everything. I should pay. I'm gonna pay all the bills. I'm gonna pay the rent, the mortgage, whatever, utilities, whatever. I'm gonna do all that. I want you to get your hair done and all of that. And if I need some help along the way with, hey man, take care of this light bill for me this month because I got this going on. That's cool.
It's understandable.
But if it's like, if it's like week 3 and we talking and you like, hey, yeah, I need some help on my mortgage, I'm gonna be like, I ain't got it.
That's extra. That's doing too much. You know what I'm saying? A female that's coming out like that, I wouldn't even trust that shit in the beginning. I talked to my ex about the same thing today. He talking about he took a girl out to eat and then she told him to fill his gas tank up. I said she broke.
Yeah, I ain't got it. Matter of fact, you're not gonna know how much I make after you might end up knowing how much I make after year 1.5. You ain't gonna know how much I make. Why is it? Why does it matter how much I make? We dating. We trying to see if we like each other organically, like if we mesh. It don't matter how much I make. I can pay for this Chili's tonight. That's how much I make.
Question. So I'm gonna ask y'all a question. I'm not gonna chime in because I got a whole different feeling about some of the things y'all saying. But
I would love to hear. We would love to hear your perspective.
I don't know. Does money buy happiness?
Fuck no.
No, not at all.
Okay, so now I'm a listener. As much as y'all say I'm a listener, and from what everybody described, the one of the strongest qualities about the mate had nothing to do with the money. It was about what they had a lot to do with how they would act if you don't have money.
So, I don't think that's what we said.
No. You said if I'm down, then she is willing to, chip in. Or if the money is it's not the bridge. The bridge is our relationship.
Yeah. Okay, well, if that's what you're saying, yeah, that's what I mean. The money I've been married 15 years. I've been married 15 years. So for me, the money has never been a deal breaker in the situation. We've been up, we've been down. The money has never affected our relationship. So you got to find someone where you're equally yoked with, huh?
So does it matter?
What do you mean doesn't matter?
So I'm saying if the money has never affected your relationship, then that's just the money is it's
just a tool. That's what I started off with. The money is just a tool.
So what I'm saying is, how important, if it's just a tool, how important is it?
It's
money important.
Money. I think like I said, Bug, it's twofold. Money is important, period, because it's the tool that you use to survive, to live. Now, if your relationship is based off of money, it's not going to work.
Yeah, that's different.
It's totally different.
Yeah. The relationship, the relationship can't be based. If I start a relationship off and it's based off money and I'm making $400,000 a year and the main attractor for that young lady was money. Well, if I hit a spot where I ain't making the 400 no more, I'm making 60. She out of here. Because the foundation was the money, it wasn't me.
Question. How many ladies or males would say, "Oh, I can't talk to her because she ain't in my tax bracket"?
A lot.
I make 400,000. She makes 60,000. Right?
A lot.
So, to them, they're literally saying the money is important because I make this much, they make that much. So obviously, we can't connect.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this here though. You can connect with them. And I'm gonna tell you how. You can connect in several ways. But first of all, if that woman is making that 60 and you making 400, like you say, he ain't telling you, I'm not gonna tell you how much I make. So if you making 60, and I know you still had this ambition in you that you want to grow, you want to develop yourself. Well, guess what? I'm gonna help you develop yourself to where now your money gonna go from 60 to wherever it need to be. If that's even with your own business. You see what I'm saying?
No, I don't want to develop. I want to make 60 for the rest of my life. And that's not bad.
Well, see, that's not. And so I think what you're speaking of though, Bug, that's more of a mentality. So it's not about the dollar amount. It's also about like potential. Like no one who's successful, I'm gonna say they may not want to be with somebody who don't want to do anything. You see what I'm saying?
Let me finish.
All right, go ahead, finish.
I'm exploring this because the question I'm asking is that, and a lot of my conversation deals with Black people, our culture, because that's what I come from, that's what I grew up in, that's what I know, right? And a lot of our mentality is based in trauma and poverty. So what I'm saying is, If I go to the Forbes list and look at the top 100 billionaires, they ain't marry 100,000 people. They ain't marry other billionaires.
Time out. When you're a billionaire, that's different though.
Let me finish.
Yeah, you might be with a woman. But see, you might be with a woman started with.
Ain't no might be. What I'm saying is, when I make a certain amount of money, what my mate makes doesn't matter, because now
Right.
I'm really marrying for just what we have here.
Love.
Yeah.
And see, that's the and
Communities, we've been so impoverished that the money becomes so important to the fact that we'll overlook certain things as far as the internal. Oh, well, she a good person, man, but she be broke.
Some of that though is so some of that is growth, bro. When me and my wife met each other, we both were broke. We've grown to the financial success that we have now together over the years. So let's say if I pop up and I'm a billionaire in 4 years, well, yeah, I'm the billionaire because of what I was doing. She ain't working no more, so she ain't gonna be a billionaire. We're both billionaires together, though, and we grew to that status together. And at a certain point, she put her career on hold to support what I got going on, and that's how we grew together.
So
That's one thing.
If I'm with somebody that's making $400,000 a year and I'm making 60, what am I doing with the 60? Like, what am I doing? What is the 60 going towards? And is there a reason why I'm even just sitting out here just blowing 60 if I don't want to be nowhere else? Is this just, I feel like I'm just doing it just to get the hell out the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's completely no purpose. But again, it's one of those things where you have to figure out what your relationship is built off of. And honestly, I'm not like, I'm that type of person that, I mean, if 60 don't mean nothing, if I'm spending 60 a year on shopping type shit because he don't need my money, then I need to be figuring out something else to do.
I wouldn't say it's not purpose though. So let's say if I'm an athlete, you know what I'm saying, and I'm making $2 million a year. I meet you and you have a career. You're starting off. Let's say you're working to be a chef. So let's say when I meet you, I'm making $2 million a year. We get serious. We 2 years in. You're making $60,000 a year as being a chef. I wouldn't say that's not purpose because your thing is your chef. You're working on expanding, your brand, your skill set. So it may take you a couple of years to make 60 or 70 a year.
Let me stop you there. My question is, I think you guys are missing my question about the finance and how important and about the impoverished thinking. If I want to be a teacher, that's what I want to teach.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to go from. I'm going to be my ceiling is 60. That's my
fine.
ceiling.
Okay, well, you can be a teacher, but why not elevate it?
Why I got to elevate? Ain't no elevation. That's my ceiling, man.
Get your own school.
Why I got to get my own school? I don't want to be a principal. I want to be a teacher.
Well, if she don't want to grow it, that's not my problem. I'm not going to deal with it.
Well,
I
understand what Book's saying. So you can be a teacher, and your lifelong dream is to be a teacher. You can have growth. You can have goals that you're shooting and reaching as being a teacher. No, I'm saying you're not hearing what I'm saying. I'm saying if you want to be a teacher, that's your growth. I'm teaching, you know what I'm saying, and I'm gonna be the bum ass teacher, and this is what I want to do. If that's what you want to do, and you're steady hitting benchmarks and goals as being a teacher, that's fine. I don't have an issue with that.
My benchmarks might not be monetary. I might want to get 100 kids into college in 10 years.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So, but from when I hear the conversation, and I'm could be wrong, what I'm saying is that it sounds like, if you don't elevate yourself past being a teacher, or you don't have, no, I just want to be a teacher. I want to be a chef.
Well, elevation of self is not monetary. So that's not a monetary thing.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is there are a lot of, and like I said before, our existence, whether we want to admit it or not, is based on poverty, is based on trauma. Like our existence in America is based on trauma. However you shake it out, is based on trauma. Man, them white folks, man, I can't do them white, man, like everything we do is based on trauma because we were brought here under traumatic situations. So when we make moves and when we think about things, we think about the trauma. Man, save some money because they can take it from you. Do this. Like our whole thing is in a state of mind of thinking about trauma to the point where, like you were saying earlier, if she ain't doing this, like she gotta go from 60 to 100. I'm gonna try to help her make some more money.
I think that mindset is of someone who isn't who isn't trying to better themselves. So,
Yeah.
and that's why I said it's twofold. If you sit here making $60,000 or whatever you're doing, there's not even a dollar amount on it. If you're not trying to better yourself in whatever you're doing, I think that's the problem. It shouldn't be a dollar amount on it.
But see, this is and I'm gonna have to agree with James because of the simple fact that if my passion is to watch other people come up, okay, if my only goal on this earth is to contribute to helping others get out of poverty or helping others be better, then that's what I'm here for. That's my goal and that's my passion.
Yeah.
And if I'm sitting here, if all I want to see, like you say, is 100 people go to college, or if I done created a foundation, or I done show these kids how to do what they need to do to go to college for free, or whatever the case may be, that's just me teaching. And if that's all I want to do is to, and especially I'm sitting in the hood and I done brought 40 kids out of the hood, then I done did something. And that's my come up.
Yeah, that's
I don't necessarily have to be. I don't have to elevate. That's my elevation.
No, you are elevating. That is elevating. You are elevating. You're teaching, and you said, "Hey, I got a goal. I want to put 40 people in Prairie View." Boom, you put them 40 kids in Prairie View. Damn, I put 40 in Prairie View. Shit. Hey, let's go shoot for 100 at TSU. You're elevating.
Right, but there's
you're
no
hitting
income
goals.
change for me by doing that. There's
I know.
No income change.
That's why I said it's two. That's why I said it's twofold, and that's why I said elevation and chasing goals and personal growth is not monetary. It's whatever that looks like to you. And as your mate, I'm supposed to support that.
But what I'm saying is that, once again, the base, like, if all I ever do in life is get one kid to not do drugs, just one, then I'm fine, bro.
That's your personal goal. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's not about my personal goal. Let me finish. If all I do is get one adult to understand that we are reacting through poverty, I'm fine, right? What I'm saying is, let's mix in some of American culture with the Black culture. America has a number one culture that you have to be first place. You have to do more. You have to strive. It's capitalism. It's, okay, well, we got to do more. If you make 100 this week, you might make 200 this week. It's an elevation and going up and up and up and up and up to the point where we forget that it's the interpersonal relationships that make everything go. The reason why this works over here like that's because these two people over here connected to make this work. Like, how much money did MLK make in his life? How much money did Gandhi make in his life? How much money did Malcolm X make in his life? How much money did a lot of these civil rights leaders make in their life? So are you going to discredit like their contributions because they didn't save more people? Because they only saved this many. They didn't go from 20 people to 40 to 60. If they saved 2, that's all that matters. And I'm not pointing the finger.
I don't know what we're talking about now, though. I don't know what we're arguing now.
I know you don't, because what I'm saying.
Well, I'm sorry, not arguing. I don't know what we're discussing right now.
I know you don't. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, we are so goal orientated to feel like a goal is to be made, that's how we focus on everything. Like both of y'all just said, well, if you get 40 this week, next week let's get 100 in PV. When nigga getting that 40 in PV was enough.
So I don't think you literally. I don't think you heard what I said. What I said was, Boog, if you have a goal of I want to get 40 people in the Prairie View, bro, that's a personal growth goal that you hit. Boom. I'm supporting it. And what I said was, and then if you said, well, shit, I got 40 in, well, let me try to get 100 over here. I'm gonna support that as well.
I agree.
I'm fine with it. I'm supporting my spouse's personal goals. I'm not telling you have to shoot for this and change it to that. Whatever your personal goal is in life to set, that's your personal goal. And I'm going to support that. What I was saying was, I just want to be with someone who has personal goals and benchmarks they want to reach. And I don't want to be with somebody who doesn't want to reach any personal goals, doesn't have any benchmarks they want to set. If you sitting in the same spot on the sofa when I leave to go to work and I come back, you in that same spot, I feel like that's a problem. Now, whatever your personal goal and benchmark is that you want to reach, Bro, that's on you. You said that. You tell me what it is, and I'm gonna do everything I can to help you get to
So
that
my
benchmark.
question would be, what if my personal goal is to make sure all of my kids are millionaires and me to be a stay-at-home mom and I do shit?
Well, you still got to do something to
You're doing
elevate.
something. You're not sitting at home and not doing shit. You're not gonna sit at home and not do shit in your kids.
No, I'm
do
saying
this.
like, so I'm saying I don't have a job. Like all I do is I take care of home. I make sure my kids elevate. My goal is just for them to elevate. So I don't bring in any income.
That is your job, because I stated it ain't about the money. Now, the problem will be this. The problem will be if your spouse is sitting here struggling to keep shit on, and you can do both things, help elevate your kids, and ease the burden just a little bit. I think you should do that. But if I got it, if it don't matter if you make 100,000 or not, we everything is 100% taken care of. Reach your goals. Do your thing. If that's your goal, do that.
Yeah, my thing is this here. It don't matter if you want 50, 60. My point is, if I'm gonna mess with you, you gotta want to elevate. Period, point blank. It don't matter if I pay all the bills or not. You gotta grow when I grow. If you don't want to grow, cool. I'm not gonna deal with you. It's just my opinion. It ain't about no hood mentality. It ain't about none of that. My thing is, I want to grow, and I want you to grow. If you feel you want to be comfortable, cool, stay there. I'm not judging you. I'm not knocking you for that. But you do that on your time, not mine. So it don't matter if I pay all the bills. I still want you to elevate, because if my bills get higher, right? Say I grow and I get to a high extent, and we move into a bigger home, and you still just comfortable where you at. As soon as that happened to me, you can't cover the stuff that I done built. So therefore, I need you to still grow with me.
Question. So if you, okay, this is, I don't want to say this. I'm going to say it.
Don't say it.
Okay. If you have a 2-bedroom home and you're making 100,000 a year, and you start making 300,000 a year, you gonna buy a bigger home?
No, I'm gonna rebuild that house. I'm gonna make it
why? Why?
Why? Because I'm gonna expand it. It's gonna cost me cheaper to expand it and get it where I want it.
I think it all depends. Hold on, Book. I think it all depends on the mentality of the person. Just if I'm making 100,000 and I got a 2-bedroom home, and now all of a sudden I increased to 300,000 a year. Yeah. I'm not going to go out and get a bigger home, or I'm not going to build and make my home bigger just because I have more finances now. If it makes sense and it fits the lifestyle to expand the home or buy a bigger home, I'll do that. But if it's simply just, I got more money added on to my salary, and if I'm fine and comfortable where I'm at with 2-bedroom, I'm not going out buying nothing extra just to say I'm buying something extra.
I'm asking,
I think
I'm asking the question why. I'm just asking the question why. I'm not trying to make. I'm just asking why.
Where you got over that?
It all depends. Like I said, it all depends on that person. If I have to expand because listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. If I have to expand because somebody's moving in with me, I have a kid and I need more space. Yeah, but to answer your question, I just said I'm not finna go out and buy a bigger house just because my income increased and it doesn't make sense for my lifestyle.
Now, question: How many people? How many times do we see? How many times in our communities do we see people? Because I have this money, I'll get that chain. I got extra money, I'll get that chain. Oh, I'll get this thing. I'll get this.
That's a rent.
Being honest, not pointing fingers. I'll get this car. I got extra money. I'll get this, hat, whatever it is I want to buy because I got extra money, right? How we have to be human about situation, about everything. Like, why are we getting these things? What is the motivation behind us getting this thing? Is it because
I will say this, I feel like our culture wear our money. We show our money. I feel like some of the others don't. You know what I'm saying? But I tell people, I posted in a group today, men, and I don't take it the wrong way, men tend to use their moms as their reference. Like, so when it's time to educate, when a woman coming to you and telling you that there's a way to better yourself, it's like, I got to go to my mama to find out if that's true or not. But the thing is, we at a standstill because that information came from her mama and her mama and her mama. So we still back in slave days, not moving because we keep going to our parents for reference instead of educating ourselves on what to do next. It's sad. And I'm a life insurance agent. I make most of my money from these white people. I here buying $500,000, $500,000, $1 million life insurance policies to leave behind for kids that done already probably done got grown or whatnot. When all we do, our culture do, is pay for enough life insurance to be buried, leaving behind kids for other people to take care of them with nothing else. Like, we do the bare minimum. And it makes no sense because these businesses, we struggling to start businesses and whatnot, when these other ones are not struggling to start business because guess what? They mama then went and bought these high-ass life insurance policies, paying $300-400 a month for life insurance policies. When we buying Jordans, we paying $200 for a cable bill. We out here buying bottles at the damn club. For what? You don't have, if you leave that club right now and get into a car accident and kill your damn self, somebody got to figure out how to bury your ass, but you just went in there and spent $300 on a couple of bottles in a section. Makes no sense. Why? Because we got to be flashy. It don't make no sense at all.
No, I agree. I think it's what you're taught as well. I do think it's wild when I be seeing people with the GoFundMe's to bury somebody, and I just seen them riding on swingers. But I will say this though, I do reference in life when I have life things going on, I will call my old man for some guidance because my old man is someone I've seen in my lifetime who has effectively done some of the things in life that I want to do: home ownership, take care of his family, invest money, have life insurance to take care of his burial, my mom's burial, and others. I've seen him effectively do that. So I have life insurance because my old man taught me this life lessons. You know what I'm saying? I own land because my old man showed me the importance of that, and also helped me be a landowner. You know what I'm saying? So I reference that type of information with him because he's effectively done that. Like I've seen this. I see him accomplish some of the goals that I'm still trying to accomplish at 40. So I don't think there's anything wrong if a person picks up the phone and calls a parent or a mentor that is older for guidance if they've seen this person effectively do that or be successful at doing that.
Are you the norm?
Right.
Are you the norm or the outlier, Doug? Are you the norm or the outlier?
And I'm answering this question as honestly I can. I do think it's 50-50. And the reason why I say I do think it's 50-50, I do know a large portion of people who don't have those role models in their life that they can reference, pick up the phone and talk to. But I also know a large number of people who grew up in the same communities we grew up in, kind of like how we did. They can pick up that phone, have those conversations with a parent or a mentor type figure. So I don't think that our community is 100% doing it. Well, and I know you're not saying 100%. I don't think that our community is all the way on the left. I think it's more closer to 50-50 than we admit.
I say 60-40, but I do agree with you.
70-30.
I think it's closer than what we actually do know. I think, matter of fact, I can think about the people. I can think about just the people in our immediate circle right now, Boog. I think
anecdotal, bro.
Listen to what I'm saying, and listen to what I'm saying, because it's not. Because I think half of us have or had that situation, and then the other half don't.
It's anecdotal, bro.
It's not anecdotal at all.
I don't think the stats are. I can't give it a 50-50. And I'm gonna tell you, like I said, I've been doing this for.
I don't think it's 50-50. I think it's closer to 50-50 than we say though.
But listen, this
it's
is
not like 80-20 on the other way. It ain't like 80% of us are fucking misguided and don't have these role models.
I'm not saying that part either. But what I'm saying is, okay, and the reason why I say men, okay, you in a relationship or whatnot, you don't necessarily have to be married, but I just come across some information where we supposed to come up, okay? Now, because you ain't never heard too much about it, and because your mama always telling you how to move, don't do this, do that, don't do it like this, the first thing you do is call your mama, but your mama don't know nothing about what your girlfriend or your chick or wife or whatever telling you about. So because your mama ain't heard about it, it's like now you at a standstill. That makes no sense because it didn't even exist. What I'm telling you about right now, look, they got crypto, every goddamn thing. You got stocks and all that other stuff that your mama or your grandma might not have knew nothing about. They probably don't even still know how to use a computer correctly.
Not even that. They weren't allowed. They weren't even allowed to participate in some of these things. So they couldn't.
Right.
You know,
So
what I'm
you,
saying? Like,
if you go to them, if you reference them, the chances are you probably gonna be at a standstill because they don't know what you're talking about. But because my mama said she don't know nothing about it, well, I shouldn't do it. Then what? I'm hindering my family from coming up.
Well, that mentality
Because that's
is
where I
crazy.
went back and got my
But see,
information from. Instead of doing the research myself.
that mentality is crazy though, because
reality, bro. It's
no. Listen to what I'm saying. That mentality is crazy. If I pick the phone up right now and ask my old man about investing in crypto, he ain't gonna know what the fuck Bitcoin is. Okay, point blank. But what I'm saying is, if I pick the phone up and I'm talking to my old man about, hey man, I'm thinking about investing in this crypto. Well, what is that? And, I explaining to him what it can do, and what that investment can do for my family. He can give me some sound judgment, because while he might not have had crypto to invest in, he's had a situation where he's invested in something that was in place to help him advance his family or further his financial situation. He can relate to that.
So, but you got to, this is the thing. This is what a problem coming at. How many fathers are in the home?
That's the biggest problem right there. The fact that you were saying that the dude got to ask his mama and then
his mom.
That's the crazy part.
But I'm saying a man got to go to his mom. But I'm saying that because there's not a lot of men that are able to go to their fathers, because and the reason why I say that, women are protectors. They're careful. Men are more risk takers. So there's going to be a different situation. You know what I'm saying? So if you go to your mom, she's more like, okay, I'm holding on to this because I don't want it to happen. Just like they hold on to their kids. I don't want nothing to happen to you. So they're going to give you the safe response versus going to a dad that done went out there and risked some things and I done made some sacrifices or whatever. And I done failed and I done came back up. It's going to be different with a man. So we don't have that. A lot of families don't have that opportunity to go to their fathers for sound information. And depending on where you come from, it probably ain't worth it in the first place.
But that's why you got to educate yourself. You educate and prove yourself. Period. Yeah. That's where if you don't, even if your mom and parents is around, they don't know. You educate yourself. So why should I have to go to them when I can educate myself? Everything.
That's what I'm saying. Some people are not educating; they taking a short.
And you as my female, if you come up to me and say, "Hey, let's invest in Ethereum or whatever," you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, bet. Well, what is it? And if we are at that point in our relationship where we are comfortable enough, we got each other back. You telling me, "Hey, man, let's invest in this together," then that means I should have the trust in you. Hey, break that shit down to me. What does it do? What is it? What it mean? How we invest in it? How is it gonna be good for us? And if it makes sense, I'm trusting you as a partner. We gonna jump down in. I ain't gotta pick the phone up and ask my mom or my dad, hey, you think I should do this? No, I'm not gonna do that. Because at that point we're making decisions within our household. So that's the issue if we can't make a decision together in our household. If I gotta pick the phone up, call somebody every time, me and you trying to make a decision, that's a mentality thing to me.
I'm saying, I think that I agree with all your points.
And just for some reference, like and then I'm gonna let you go. I'll pick the phone up and call my old man. Like if I'm sitting here, trying to figure some shit out, I'm in a pinch, and I just want some advice or some guidance on some decisions I'm thinking about making, I'll pick the phone up. But if me and my wife sit down and we trying to brainstorm our next move, I'm not picking up the phone and ask my tea lady or my old man, hey, you think I should do this? Like if we brainstorming it, she bring the idea and we brainstorming through it, seeing if this is a good look, then that got to be something we handle amongst each other, I believe.
Oh, okay, I'll get you. But I agree with all y'all sentiments. But I'm gonna always go back. I'm a history buff, right? I'm a history buff because history repeats itself. However you slice it, any culture, any country, it repeats itself. We can't ignore that the 400 years in this state, the 2,000 years in the Atlantic slave trade, that idealisms have been pushed and promoted. So when you keep saying that, well, I want to invest in stocks or I want to invest in this in crypto, even in you investing as a family in crypto, this other family over here has a nest egg to when they ain't investing from their check, they investing from their nest egg. So they can still go out and work their job every day and they have 20, 30, 50. Like we don't have trust fund babies in our communities. Like they have trust fund babies.
No, we don't. I
And
think
what
we're trying to get there as a community. They had a head start though.
That's what I'm saying. So every time, everything that y'all saying is valuable and makes sense, but also we can't attack, or we can't speak to situations moving in the same manner as they moved, or we have to move in a totally different. We have to be conscious that hey, when we make moves, we're making moves out of poverty. With like, even if we got money, we're making like literally like. When we do things, it's out of because we don't have money. So we're like, oh shit, I gotta elevate. I gotta make more. Because our mamas ain't have more. Our grandparents ain't have more. Our great grandparents, we look in our communities and they ain't got more.
So is this the negative? Because now we're trying to grow?
No.
So I'm trying to figure out the point.
I'm trying to tell you, because when we're moving, we're not moving in a way to say like we're moving in I and not in us. We're moving like I gotta make more for my household. We're not moving as a unit, and the way that everybody else moved in order to gain was as a unit. These Latinos move as a unit, as a culture. They move as a culture. They don't move as like, well, I'm gonna just do this in my house and forget the next door neighbors. No, every neighborhood you go to, Latinos in the neighborhood, they're familiar with each other. They swap businesses, share services, work together. But we can be neighbors with somebody for 10 years and not speak, but like hi bye.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's a mechanic, and I got lawnmowers, and I ain't talking to him. Like the mentality that we have as a culture has been built through trauma, through poverty. So a lot of our actions and movements are made that way. And if we don't address that from every move, we're going to end up in the same spot because we're going to be making moves for the 1 year run or the generational run, not knowing that like if she got life insurance and you got 12 family members, how come all your family members don't have a policy with her?
I think our communities used to be that way though.
They never were that way, bro.
Our communities at one point they had to be that way.
The white folks came and took that, man.
I don't feel like it took it. I feel like what happened was I feel like our community feel like because we look out for each other, you fuck over each other. And that's what make you step back. And it's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So that's why now it's back again to every man for himself.
When we had flourishing communities, what was the thing that took that away?
Talk about the flourishing communities. Talk about what you're talking about. Don't just say we had like say what we're talking about.
No, when we were forced to because it was segregation. So we had to at one point we had to do business within our own communities, and our communities flourished.
Right, but even if we did that, if we had to deal within our own communities, what happens is when you have somebody that you know this gonna get done, I'm gonna have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's gonna get done. So again, that starts separating. We start separating ourselves. I can't say that the white people separated. We separated ourselves. I
didn't say the white people separated us. Desegregation was one of the biggest issues that put a wedge in our communities. Because once that happened, we left our communities to go shop in other communities. We left our communities to go cooking, to go shop where the white folks shop, eat where the white folks eat, not realizing that black people left our communities and was cooking for them. We had the best restaurants in our communities. We had the best culture in our communities. And once we were able to leave our communities, we left and we didn't come back. And we didn't circulate that black dollar back in those communities anymore. And now we've grown to a point where some people have forgot about that, didn't know that we once had those communities and culture. And we don't have that in our communities. We don't have that pride in our communities and in our culture anymore. That's my personal opinion. I could be wrong.
I'm gonna leave on that note. I'm gonna leave it. I don't want to say anything against that note.
No, I think it would be great if we had some insight. It's not an argument at all. It's really a good topic.
Because I'm gonna start going to I'm gonna start saying like, okay, well, I agree with you, but tell me what period of time are you talking about? The 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s?
I told you right up until segregation was abolished. Desegregation is when That's one of the reasons that drove a wedge within our communities. Do I have the exact date? No. I don't have the exact date off the top of my head.
What I'm saying is desegregation is what in the 60s.
Somewhere around, I think 50s, 60s, somewhere around there.
But you have black towns that didn't have to desegregate. Like, I agree that it had an influence, but like Third Ward didn't break up because of desegregation. Third Ward broke up because of 288.
Okay, that's okay, but you know what I'm saying. I get that.
No. I'm saying that there's many factors that made things happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, my question is really at the end of the day, how do we unify our communities? That's it. Because right now, however you slice it, there's not a unified, like, I'm gonna ask Mr. Miles, what's the black agenda?
In the neighborhood or just community?
Just what's the black agenda? What as black people do we want to do?
We all want to come up. We all want to be able to try to come up, be rich. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is,
You're right. Exactly. That's what it is.
Yeah, most of us want to come up and be rich, but a lot of things about it, some of us, we just can't come together because sometimes us as black folks, when we do things, we try to be shady with a lot of business. We try to mess over. You know what I'm saying? And instead of just sticking together, like you say, instead of sticking together, well, we can just be a strong community, you know.
But a community not rich though. Like I'm saying, like you're right. I agree with you 100% that we all want to be rich, but a community.
I don't think we all want to be rich, but go ahead though.
I'm saying that money is the motivator, one of the major motivators in our community. But when we realize that the money is not the issue, it's us being together is the issue. If we're together, then the quality of life rises. When I go to Jewish communities, everybody ain't rich. Everybody ain't got 500,000 houses. Everybody ain't, but the level of living is different. There's a Jewish community center. There's no black community center. There's no black community center.
There's a few of them, man. Most of them closed down.
No, there ain't none. They got community centers where black people go to, but there's not a community center that's made by black people for black people. It's not one. Nowhere in Houston. No one.
I feel like back in the day, man, a lot of our ancestors and daddies and grandparents and stuff like that, they had a lot of that stuff. And what happened is as they got older and then they passed on, and by the time they kids got to it, that's the era when drugs hit hard. A lot of them got on these dopes and drugs. And when they got on dope and drugs, they left this property open. And who come in? These white folks come in and claim this property. You see what I'm saying? And when they claim it, they take over and then they come open up all this stuff. Like prime example, Acres Home was his own black community. Acres Home had the first Metro bus coming through there because they was how to get through there. Acres Home had their own taxi cab. They own everything. Just like how it was in Oklahoma with the Black Wall Street. You see what I'm saying? Like we had strong communities where it was black doctors, black business, black schools. But what happened is when once the drug era came in, and it's still to this day, you can go through the hood and it's a lot of property that's sitting there that people, grandmothers or grandfathers had, but because because kids got on drugs or they don't want to take it and buy it, they just let it go to waste. They ready to go buy a house somewhere. When you got this big fancy car that's more than a house. Why not buy the property next door to your grandmother's house? Why not buy the property that's on the side and just own all that? But what's happening is they get out, and then the white folks coming in and they building all these big houses up in there, and then what they do, they shooting the taxes up. Property on the taxes going up.
But I also, again, I say lazy because of the simple fact, you say that, you're taught to buy property or our ancestors that went through all of the other stuff to leave property or to get property and leave it. But once they gone, they will a property to you and you too lazy to go and keep it up.
Yeah.
You're too lazy to go ahead and do something to it to make some money off of it so you can leave that same property for your kids or for the next generation or whatnot. And it makes no sense because we're talking about a property that's paid for. So instead of you trying to do something with it or make something out of it, you go and sell it to these white people that come in and saying, you know, and doing something different. If you keep doing that same thing, you have a whole Black community that the properties are being sold. Now a Black family is renting it out and they landlord white. Why?
I'm gonna tell you probably where right now. Before I cut you off, let you talk.
Go ahead, go.
Old Fourth Ward off of Allen Parkway. You see what I'm saying? Allen Parkway. Allen Parkway. This, you know, see, I'm 45. So this thing from Allen Parkway, from 45, we exit off from 45 from Dallas, from Allen Parkway down into Washington. Yeah. Allen Parkway apartment stretched that long. You know what I'm saying? That's what St. Joseph Hospital used to sit right in the middle. That's the LBJ of the Black community now, though. But back then, if you go to Fourth Ward right now, they don't even call it Fourth Ward anymore.
Where you from? You from Fourth Ward?
Now I'm from Homestead, but I did all the stuff in Acres Home.
Man, well, I went to Lincoln, bro.
Yeah.
And man, I'm gonna tell you, bro. I drove through there a couple months ago. I didn't know what the fuck I was. I was like, man, what is this? Like everything from the road, all that's gone, bro. Chinese man, little crazy Chinese man used to run through there. You run through the Allen Parkway houses. He used to look like the fucking rating nigga with the hat and shit. All that's gone. But you can ask Book, man, nigga stay next door to me, bro. I got a house in Cashman Gardens, bro. And nigga stay next door. He won't do nothing. The house finna fall apart. He won't sell us the house. He won't sell nobody that look like me the house though.
But you know, they starting to build up. They building, they doing that in Studewood. That's why when you go down 610, you see all these big houses. Even when you go back there, like all that from 33rd and a half, they come through there, they buying all that. Fourth Ward, like you said, all that stuff, Fourth Ward, Cashman Garden, you know, they still, the Mexicans coming over there buying all that property now. Trinity Garden, Fourth Ward, I mean, not Fourth Ward, Cashman Garden, the Mexicans coming there buying the property behind, putting big old houses on there, man. They coming
Mexicans and white folks, man. I be seeing little white women walking their dog. I'm like, man, what the fuck y'all know y'all that still?
Yeah. But not that property we had.
Group economics. So I want to get to some more of different things. This is a great discussion, by the way. Thank y'all for coming on. We have a segment that we do called Tough Questions, Tougher Answers. Can I get some music, sir?
Oh, man. Let me see. That ain't the music you want, huh? You know I deleted some of the music.
All right, but give me something, man. Come on, man.
Talk to him.
I need some music.
I ain't got that music no more, bro.
This guy here,
Fuck
man.
it.
We've been
talking about instruments to get the bitches, man.
I got Pimp C. That's what I got for you.
All right.
Outside, man.
Tough questions, tougher answers. It doesn't sound the same when I can't use my voice like this if you're not going to give me the music. It seems weird now, but okay. It's tough questions, tougher answers. Okay. I'm going to start with Ms. N.A. Sorry. Ms. N.A. If you went into your significant other's phone and found out that he fathered a child 10 years ago when he was drunk, paying for the child to live, but you didn't know, would you leave him alone?
No, I wouldn't.
Why not?
First of all, 10 years ago, it's not changing what's going on right now. If clearly he's been taking care of his business for 10 years, I would probably be pissed. But it also depends on how long we've been together. I mean, if this child, if I just never knew nothing about the child, that'd be different.
I'll give 10 years, and he had a baby 10 years. He didn't tell you about it, but he been paying for the baby, all that, go on his phone, and he became.
You say we've been together for 10 years?
Yeah. He met.
And then Brian and Missy, y'all coming together.
I would say that's too fresh. I wouldn't get mad about it at all. But I mean, I would probably be upset that I didn't know, but I wouldn't leave him.
Okay. Can I get some hand claps, sir? Can I get some hand claps? You got them still, bro? All right. So, Mr. Miles, I got a question for you. This is gonna be tougher. You ain't got no music, no kind of like doom 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 doom. I got some, but I don't want to get the.
I mean, all you been want to do is like bitch the last couple of podcasts. I ain't had no reason to play no music, my nigga.
All right, here we go. Okay. So, Mr. Miles, you've been married for 3 years.
Yeah.
Your wife makes $150K a year. You make $150K a year. She looks like a carbon copy of Meg Thee Stallion. She cooks great. She cleans great. Everything about her is perfect. You go to her high school reunion and find out that she was a boy. Do you divorce her?
Well, before we even get married, I'm been trying to do my research. But yeah,
you did all that. You try that. She did some kind
I gotta go, man. But because at the end of the day,
she had a vagina though.
But see, before we even go there, I'm gonna be honest with you. Before we go there, like I gotta meet your mama. I need to see baby pictures. I need to know, like, you can't just. I'm not like that. That's just me. I gotta know
baby pictures of every girl you talk to. Cause I don't.
Right. You gotta show me some baby pictures. I need to see some baby pictures. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, and look, shut up. Then on top of that, you know, if she a woman has cycles. Man ain't gonna just have no cycle. You can't be cut that off.
So you telling me she can't just tell you that I'm on cycle these raised? She'll tell you you gonna check
you can't tell me that. I need to see. Like, I'm gonna stick around. I need to see. I need to know. I'm just being honest with you. Like,
you check your woman's cycle, bro?
Huh?
You check your woman's cycle?
No, you need to let me know when you have them.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. Like, now we can't fuck these next 3 days. I'm on cycle. You gonna go look and say, let me smell it.
Nah, I ain't doing all that.
Yeah,
I ain't doing all that. If you're around me and I'm at your house and I gotta use the restroom, now you gonna wrap it, throw it in the commode or something. I mean, in the thing, I might see it. I'm not saying I'm gonna be around there. And then two, you're gonna have certain women shit around the house. Not saying that he won't, but what I'm saying is, I'm just not, because I've seen it done too many times. I am not about to sit up and just say, let's get married. Like, I gotta know your whole everything before we even get to that level with each other.
Okay, hold on. What if y'all been dating for like a year and a half? No, 2 years, and you propose to her, and then when you go see him, when you finna go through the investigations, both of y'all $150K a year, everything's going great. You go meet her mom, and everything look good, but you see one boy picture of her, you're like, oh, that's a boy. You cut it out. She got a vagina though.
Man, once again, I gotta do research before I even call you my woman. I gotta be able to check everything. That's just me.
So, but the question I'm asking is,
I can't. Okay, just say if I went for it. No, I'm gonna call it off.
Yeah.
But I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call it off. Period.
So, are you going to continue to mess with that person?
Nah.
You done with it?
Hell no.
It has a vagina though.
I won't give a damn what it got.
I think it's less about the vagina and more about you didn't tell me. You want to front with me about it.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, that right there get you killed. Like,
and then there's some other stuff we gotta talk about. Like, what if I have aspirations to have a family? I want to have kids. You can't have kids.
Sharon told you I can't have kids. My tube's tied.
Nah, you ain't tubes can't get tied.
Now you adding shit to it.
That's what she told you. That's what she told you.
But you ain't got no kids, so you can't tell me your tube's tied. You ain't got no kids. They not gonna tie your tube unless you have kids.
That is true. That's the ethical thing.
You can have hysterectomy.
Yeah, you can have hysterectomy.
Okay, but you ain't have no hysterectomy that damn early.
Yes, you can.
No, well, you can.
Yes, you can.
You ain't having 9 times 10. I ain't met none that had it that early.
You can have an injury to your uterus and they have pull the whole thing out.
There you go.
Yeah. If they did, I need to go to the doctor and get your X-ray results.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm just being honest with you because there's a lot of foolishness going on like that. You know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, if we rock on each other, I'm gonna be to meet your people. So I'm the type of person I like to reserve and chill. I'm gonna listen. You know what I'm saying? I know you got right cousins around. They gonna speak and you gonna hear some things.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. That's like if you go to other countries, like that's not an issue because, and this falls back to what we're talking about what is a relationship.
Nah, I think it's the honesty piece for me. If you weren't honest enough, you know we finna start a serious relationship to tell me, hey, I used to be a dude. Then how can I trust you going forward that you're gonna be honest with me about shit? If you really
and love, man, love is love. You know what I'm saying? But now all of a sudden I don't love you no more because I done found out you had a flaw. That makes no sense.
Well, that's not a flaw though. A flaw is one titty bigger than the other. But if you used to be Mike and now you Michelle, and you didn't have the decency to at least tell me like, hey, before we get too serious, we feeling each other. I used to be Mike, my guy.
So if they tell you ahead of time, then it's okay. But they don't tell you, okay.
Because now I'm making a decision if I do want to be with a transgender person, because there could be some things that I want that I can't get from said transgender person.
They're not transgender at this point. They've had the surgery.
That's what they did.
But you're like a transgender female now, right?
No, a transgender.
Were you born a male? Yes or no?
You finish. If I am,
we're gonna argue this now.
I'm not gonna ask a question. I'm almost sure that if you have your member removed, you're no longer transgender because
No, that's not the same. If you've transformed from one gender to a next, regardless of when it was done or what is complete, it's a transgender.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm saying in other countries. Let's talk about UK.
We're not talking about other countries. We're talking about this country and right now, because that was the context of your question.
No. What I'm saying is, so do you agree with the way this country runs?
Oh God, we're here now. Okay.
I'm asking you a question. I'm at just answer the question.
I'm just talking about you asked the young man, is he going ahead with the wedding if he found out that she was a he? All I simply stated was, how can I trust you with bigger things if you can't even trust me enough before we get too serious to let me know you used to be a guy? That's all I said.
That's what I'm saying though.
So like, I would want to know what is the time frame on that? Like, is this when would you want to know?
You should tell them off top.
I do feel like, let's say if I meet you on like a little online app or something, we go out for date one, we go to Steak 48, it's cool. And then you hit me up on the phone, hey, you know what, before we get too serious, I'm a transgender person. And at that point, I can choose to continue with the relationship, or I can be like, hey, you know what, that's cool, you're a beautiful person, but we're not going to have the same life goals.
Okay. I don't want to go too deep.
Because at a 21, 22-year-old dude, I might really want to have kids. I might want to have kids. I might want to have a family. So regardless if you're transgender, listen to what I'm saying. Regardless if you're transgender or you're a young lady who probably can't have kids, if my goal is to have kids, if kids is a deal breaker for me, then
what if it's not?
No, I'm telling you, if I'm talking about if it is, if that's a deal breaker for me, we can't go forward with anything serious.
What if it's not?
What do you mean? What if it's not?
Can't go forward with because simple fact, you saying who I am. Period.
But you can't make up a scenario to make me say, oh, well, I should feel X, Y, and Z because I don't want to have a relationship with a transgender person, bro. Like I might not just want to have a relationship with a transgender person in that aspect of it.
What I'm saying is the reasoning that you keep saying, or the reason that you put in there, that you put I didn't say anything. You said, well, what if I have one of kids? And I'm like, well, what if you don't want to have kids?
Well, my words were if it aligns with my goals. So it can be anything.
That's what I'm saying.
It could be I just don't want to be with a transgender woman. And if that's the case, why can't that be a case for me? Why is that a negative?
But I'm not putting any negative or positive. I'm asking if they have the same equipment as a woman and they were fine before you knew. Now that I know, what changed?
The fact that I want to be with a woman who was born naturally a woman. That could change. That could be that as well.
Because why?
Because that's my preference.
No, but I'm asking you, why? Because
that's my preference. I don't want to be with a female who used to be a man. I want to be with a female who was born and has been a female. That's simply my preference. No difference if a guy says, hey, I want to be with a man. Your preference is you want to be with a man. It's no difference.
What I'm saying is like, if I do you jack off?
What does that have to do with the fact that if I want to be with a transgender woman or not?
Question, man, do you jack off?
No, I want to know why is that? What does that have to do with the question?
I'm asking. So, if you ever masturbated in your life, right? Were you having sex with a woman?
I didn't say it was sexual at all. I didn't say the reason why I didn't want to be with a transgender woman was sexual. I never said that.
If you're telling me I'm sorry, Dub. Please forgive me, sir. I'm being honest and truthful right now to both Dub and Miles. I'm not trying to put y'all in the corner.
It's not a corner to be in. It's simply a preference.
I'm saying the preference is like if I'm
Who said the preference was sexual? How do you know the preference isn't a personal preference? I just want to be with a natural born woman. What's wrong with that?
I'm saying is, if the woman has, if the individual has everything a woman has, like they have the vagina,
but she wasn't born a woman.
So you talking about some stuff that you don't have nothing to do with, because her being born a woman doesn't really matter, really.
It matters to me though.
Why?
Because it matters to me. It doesn't matter.
No,
it's my feelings, nigga. It's hot. It's what I want.
I'm saying
it's no different than me wanting to be with a light skinned female instead of a dark skinned female if that's my preference, right? That's my preference, right? Are you asking me why I don't want to talk to dark skinned female if that's my preference?
Yeah, no, yeah, but your answer is because I like dark skin more than I like light skin, or vice.
So
right?
I want to be with a naturally born woman, not a transgender woman, if that's my preference. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with her. It's just not my preference.
Why do you keep saying wrong?
No, I'm telling you, I'm explaining to you that I don't see anything wrong with it. It's just my preference. And I'm telling you the reasoning why I wouldn't want to be with said person is because it's not my preference. And you're trying to ask me, why is it not my preference when she has all the equipment that a naturally born woman has? And I stated, I want to be with a woman who was born a woman. Not born. I don't want to be with a woman who had a penis, who got it cut off and had it turned into a vagina, because that's my personal preference. That's why.
Oh, okay.
And that's what I've been saying. I don't know what you want me to say.
No, I don't want you to. I was just trying to look for clarity, man. But
I've said it clearly 10 times.
If I wanted to,
and you kept saying, "Well, she has a vagina," and then you asked me about jacking off, which I don't know what that had to do with it, because I didn't say I didn't want to be with the transgender woman because I wanted to fuck a real woman. I said it was a preference. I just didn't want to be with her. Now, if I said it's because I want to fuck vagina, then I can understand your argument saying, well, she has one. I didn't say that. I just said I wanted to be with a woman who was born a woman.
And it's probably saying about like when, and I'm your preference is fine, brother. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no issue with any preferences you have as an individual. That's you, man. I personally, you know, I don't think I've ever had sex with a woman that's not a woman, but you know what I'm saying? I don't have a preference. Like if I was talking to a girl for 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, and everything was working right, and she said, well, I used to be a man, then I wouldn't immediately be like, no, because she used to be a man, because there's nothing manly about her. There's nothing manly about her. Like we're stuck in the construct of what we think a man and woman is. Like,
you know, I know you, right?
Bro, yeah, you do. I know, for real talk. And you
so I know that there's some bullshit.
It's not, bro. You keep
I know for a fact if Boogie is dating a girl, and I may be wrong, but from what I know about Boogie, if you are dating a female and it is year one, and then she says, "Hey, yo, I used to be a dude." Yeah, I'm not saying that you're gonna act the ass, put hands on her, because that's not your personality. None of that. I'm not even saying you're gonna stop communicating with her, because again, that's not your personality. But I don't think that you are gonna still pursue a serious relationship with that person.
I didn't say. I said I would have to pause and think about it, because
what you gotta think about?
I gotta think about it because, and this is the issue with.
And I know this nigga, and I don't think the pause and think about it is gonna be that long. Matter of fact, if it's the Boogie, I know the phone is gonna ring, the group text gonna get hit, and he gonna be like, "Man, this bitch used to be a man." That's gonna be the first thing that's gonna drop off in the group text, and then it's
so
gonna
you being fake, James.
It's gonna get because we all play too much. It's gonna get followed by jokes and emojis for months.
Look, you talking about 20-year-old Boogie?
Nah, I'm talking about 43-year-old Boogie.
That's what I'm saying.
Being fake?
Man, he be on here being a little fake sometimes, and I don't call him out. But I'm calling him out tonight. Now I ain't saying he gonna act stupid, you know, because that ain't his character. He a cool dude. Like I'll be the nigga that'll holler off a slapper. He won't. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't gonna be no like I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna let it marinate. He don't think about letting relationships marinate with females, let alone with a transgender.
Why do you keep trying to throw me under the bus?
Cause man, it's bullshit. I can ride with you, bro. I'm gonna ride with you, but when you start spewing this bullshit, no,
They
bro.
trying to throw a wool over your head, man.
Man, no, bro. This the dude that tried to clown me, telling me I was homophobic about me saying there's no reason why Sesame Street should have a gay cat. Bert and Ernie don't have to be called gay after 30 years. I'm homophobic for that. But this the man that pointed out the gay scene to me in the Marvel movie and was like, man, why Marvel niggas got to be gay? You pointed it out to me.
I said, no, I said, why does the first gay character have to be a black guy?
Why does it matter if it's representation, my nigga? That's what you told me.
Because
you're homophobic, bro.
No, watch this.
You're homophobic.
See what I'm saying? Because I can articulate.
Tell me how you took it. I'm going to tell you what I meant.
I'm gonna tell you how I'm saying that you have two underrepresented people. Why would you mush them together? You know what I'm saying? Just like women. Women are the one, black women, number one, like a business will hire a black woman so they can knock off two different demographics at one time.
Tell me how you took it. I'm going to tell you what I meant.
You know what I'm saying? So a black woman to go to a job and they'll hire. That's another reason why black men don't get jobs, because they're like, shit, we got a woman and a black. We hired two demographics in one. So why would you put the gay guy and the black guy in the? There's one black character in the Eternals, and that one black character had to be gay. Why would you mesh that when you have 12? You got 8 characters. You can.
What movie is that? What am I missing?
The Eternals.
Oh, I ain't never
it's
seen
a Marvel movie by comic books.
I don't watch none of it. I don't even watch it on cartoon. I ain't watch now superhero movie at all.
See, I'm gonna talk about
one of them.
I'm like
Marvel movies and comic books are more a reflection about life than anything else. Some people think it's comical and kids play. It's not really. It's really a huge reflection of social issues.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say for 20 years. We were talking about the multiverse, about gay, lesbian, social, black, white issues in comic books as kids, and we were nerds for it. And then 20 years passed, and they put them on screen, and now, you know, Marvel's the innovator, and da. But we've been talking about these type of things, viruses, and all these things that are happening in the world today, were in comic books in the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s. But you were a nerd if you read those books. But those books were written by people who were super educated and imaginative at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And the world is just the world is literally imagination personified. Everything we have is I know what that means. The world is just is an imagination personified. Everything that you can imagine in your head, somebody sits back and is like, shit, what if we did that shit? What if we had a screen where you could talk to somebody and have a camera and y'all could talk to each other? You know what I'm saying? You could be at your house, you can be at your house, you can be in it. That was an idea that on the Jetsons 20 years ago. And it's a reality now. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get too deep on y'all because my theories be anyway. Man, this has been what's the name of this podcast again, bro?
16 Shots Podcast with Young James Boogie. And AR Dog. But it's the intro, man. We can't be wearing out the intro all through the motherfucking podcast, bro.
It's not the intro. It's
fine,
just,
fine, bro.
Now let's begin the story.
It literally says, now let's begin the story.
That time, motherfuckers. Dub down, motherfuckers.
H-Town's finest 16 Shots Podcast.
Stop lightning with the blam blam.
Y'all can't see that's me. And me.
As y'all can tell, he's the more animated person of the pod. Have y'all seen he's had 4 wardrobe changes today?
Yeah, you seen it?
Yeah, that's the thing.
He changed the background, everything.
Yeah, that's what he do, man.
With the technique, man. You know what I'm saying? One day he's mad because
I'm mad because of what?
You just don't be upset because you can't move in the you know, the ways that I move, man. You know
I don't want to move in any of your ways, my guy.
You know what I'm saying?
I missed something because I was looking at the other screen and then I heard you say, "Oh, I know what that means." And I looked back and she was grinning, and you was grinning.
Oh, she did. That's see. I've been doing this for a long time as far as visual. So I seen she did something. She know we caught that. You know what I'm saying?
I was looking off screen. You know what I'm saying? I usually be trying to find your love, but she don't look like she with the shenanigans. So I'm not even gonna start all of that today.
I didn't even. You know what? And you could have got her too, because I didn't even give her the prep. I usually tell people like, look, man, he gonna try to find out something. He gonna try to, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you be prepping these? See, and that's what I don't like about you, my nigga, because you will just bring a random guest in. We'll be talking and like some random female to chime in while I'm drunk, and I know Boogie, and I know he, in his words, not mine, he hates a hoe with common sense. So
you know what I'm saying? That 20 years stuff. That's 20 years ago, bro. For both of y'all don't know, we used to be hip hop or rappers, hip hop artists, and so I had a line in the song 20 years ago, maybe 25 years ago. He won't let it die, man.
I won't, because I do know that your thought process is still there more than not there.
And see, because you talk so calm or you talk so matter of factly, people believe you, bro.
Nah, but also they see your actions too, though.
I just had a whole. I'm straight as an arrow, bro. I'm sitting here fighting for gay rights on this podcast. So my mindset has changed from 20. I'm different. I've grown, man.
No, it's not, bro.
Love is love, man. I don't care
not,
what
bro.
that penis.
You be on here fighting for gay rights, and then you be pointing the gayest to gay shit to me, like making a mockery of it 8 months ago, and I'm like, damn, my nigga, I didn't even pick up on that. I ain't even care. I don't be caring. You will bring this shit up, bro. Then you'll get on the pod and call me homophobic. What up, bro?
I said you have a homophobic view, dog. It's gay. Like if I call something black, it's black. If it's white, it's white. If it's gay, it's gay. It's not hating, bro. It's just stating the obvious. Like just because you see this dude right here, Tiger King. He's very homosexual, bro. It's not bad or good. He's just homosexual.
Hey,
man.
why you didn't put the
your background? I was feel the action. What the hell you got going on back there, man?
Nah, Tiger King funny as fuck though, man. If you watch that on Netflix, and I don't mean gay, I mean like
that shit was crazy though.
That shit was crazy, man.
Yeah.
He's super gay though, man. So it is what it is,
but I'm
man.
saying the crazy part wasn't him being gay. It was the antics with the tigers, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? When dudes want to wear tight pants, they
Bro, I don't care about the Osley brothers and their sexuality. Them boys made some fire music, bro. That's all I care about.
I'm saying
that's how I am. I don't give a damn what you do. Just don't cross the line.
But see, he pointing out the gayness though. I'm pointing out the music and the content of the man's show.
I ain't about what they talking about, man. I just like the music.
Yeah, I don't care what they got on.
But what I'm saying is that we want to belittle, not me or you or anybody, but as a society, we want to like take away.
Who is this we? Who was belittled the Osley brothers?
Once again, can I finish my statement, Mr. North Face in the middle of in the house?
You don't even know why I got a North Face on in my house, nigga. I don't question why you got all this Beijing in your beard, bro.
Beijing, I'm good, bro.
Bro, your female that already came on this pod and told us you put something in your beard, bro. So don't stop lying.
You didn't get every female that's on the show is not my female.
Nah, she was the female, bro. Don't try to act like she wasn't.
Stop, bro. Stop it.
Don't
man.
Don't try to act like she not the female, my nigga.
So this has been another issue.
That's what I thought. Yeah. That's what I thought.
Bro, I can. Do you know that I have dirt on you too, man.
Nigga, say the dirt you want to say.
Oh man, because I love you too much, bro. I'm not gonna do you like that, man.
Oh, so now the young lady we talking about is dirt. She's dirt.
Oh, I said no. There's names that I don't say on the pod on purpose.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want to say.
Y'all full of it.
See what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do that.
Who you gonna say? Say what you want to say. Who you gonna say?
I'm gonna say that you are a great young man, man.
Man, say what you want to say, bro. You remember that segment used to be on 97.9? Man had a whole song. Say what you want to say, man. Nigga, say what you want to say.
I don't even like Mad Hatter, man. I think he's a weirdo.
There's repercussions behind what you say, but go ahead and say what you want to say.
What you want to do? You want to fight me?
Nah, we don't want to fight. We tried that. You don't want to do it.
I know. What you mean, man? See, y'all got to listen to the pastor because I slammed him. You ain't slammed me.
No, you didn't slam me though, bro.
We supposed to have a boxing match. This dude moved all the way to another city, man.
Yeah, my bad, bro. Excuse me for bettering myself, moving to a whole nother state for a promotion in my job for more bread, bro. Excuse me for bettering myself.
Catch these hands, bro.
Yeah, you don't, bro.
Oh my God. Hush.
Hey,
No,
he feel out of everybody on the screen, he the one that's been knocked out. So take that for what it's worth.
Losing is not
That's
losing.
because he over there drinking that poison, that old nasty ass Jameson.
That's why he got knocked out. He was drunk. I try to tell you. That's why he got knocked out. He was drunk.
Ew.
First off, this guy, I'm not drinking Jameson. I'm drinking Terramana. First off,
Jameson not that bad though. It's Irish whiskey. If you want to, if you
Yeah, I
want
enjoy
to,
it. Cool.
yeah, Jameson cool.
and secondly,
Yeah, I ain't gotta worry about that. So
this guy be
yeah,
like, "Oh man,
I can have it.
I'll fight with you, man. If somebody swing on you, you supposed to jump that dude if he swung on me."
No. You got to give context. You be saying this. This one outsider that swung on you. This was two niggas in the circle boxing. So how I look jumping a nigga?
I wasn't boxing, bro. I was talking and I turned my head.
You was talking that bullshit, and you said the wrong thing to that man, and that man put his dick beaters on you. Now, to for some clarity, it wasn't your fault. You didn't steal the man hat. Somebody else in the circle stole the man hat. But the problem was, instead of you just saying, "Hey, my brother, I ain't steal your hat," your third ward ego came out, and you started talking cash money to that man, and you invited that man to steal off on you.
Wrong answer.
And he started off. I vividly remember you giving up your face and putting your hands behind your back, bro.
My realness was like, I know who stole it. I'm not gonna say who stole it. It just wasn't me. That was the whole conversation.
You
I
should
know
protect yourself at all times. Ain't that what Floyd told homie?
this has been another vivid, wonderful. Mr. Miles, you need to go ahead and hit us up on Facebook, man, so we can add you to the group.
Yeah,
you can see some of the stuff we do. I added Miss Anae already.
Is it Miss Anae? See, I see her real name, but I'm not gonna put her real name out. Hey, Mr. Miles and Miss Anae, it's been a pleasure. This has been the 16 Shots Podcast with Young James Boogie. Hey, y'all doing?
Tell me how you took it. I'm going to tell you what I meant.
Hey, y'all give y'all socials out so people who follow us can follow y'all's platform so they can hear what you guys had to say, because y'all did have a very informative conversation on Wednesday.
Man, hold on, before you go, next week, next show, I'm putting I'm plugging back up, bro. I've been letting you have the plug, man. And you've gone too far, bro. So just know I'm getting the plug back, bro. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, can y'all give y'all socials out?
Anywho, Cocktails and Conversations with
okay.
Jamila, Ine Devon, and Miles. We have a group, so feel free to join the group. I think I have both of you guys added on my personal page. I'll go ahead and send you guys an invite to join the group.
All right.
So we do have fun.
Now I seen y'all was pouring up some wine last night, but do y'all have other cocktails?
Miles do. He drink. He don't. He try to stay away. I just finished my bottle.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, man, I got the full liquor store.
Oh, okay.
Got the full liquor store. You name it, I got it.
So it's cocktails and conversations, right?
We don't usually pour him what we drink.
Yeah, please tell us about your insurance business as well, so we can get some of our. We have a bunch of listeners who have businesses that listen to us, so please give out the information. I know for sure we have at least 20 different business owners that are members of our show. So, and they 100% need life insurance or might want it. So,
I'm an independent contractor. I work for about 7 different companies. Mm-hmm. If at any point anyone needs anything, look, one of the companies I have, if somebody's incarcerated, we can get them signed. You can be the owner. I mean, we don't. One of the companies we work with, we don't even care who the owner is, as long as it's being paid. So we can work it out. But if at any point you need anything, my number is 832-510-5717. Give me a call. Let me know how you heard.
All right. Well, it's been another episode of 16 Shots Podcast.
Tell me how you took it. I'm going to tell you what I meant.